about American Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal, credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
Welcome everybody to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket live chat and watch party. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts. Welcome. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Arlo, for always being on top of everything, helping me out with the links. I did attempt to talk to the Restream service desk, and they are going to work diligently with me after this live stream is over and figure out what the hell is going on with the panel link. Okay, so yeah, the invite link is jacked up, so we're just gonna have to post it in the chat. But Arlo and Miranda have so graciously volunteered to make sure they post it periodically, so thank you ladies for that. I love your faces, man. Guys saved my life so many times. It's like a cat. 9 lives, right? Mark McSee, he was in the backstage. I guess I was running a little bit too late for him, but we attempted to try to do something before the stream, but it didn't work out. So, oh, there he is. Okay. Hey, Mark. But yeah, man. So we're gonna try to pull things together and make sure that link works. So, but in the meantime, those ladies will make sure it's in the chat. The link to AmericanDreamTrading.com has been Miranda posted it, and it has been pinned to the top of the chat. That way, if you want to join, if you've never joined, if you're not a member and you like what we're bringing to the table and you want to be a part of the group, there is the link right there. Right now, the VIP membership is the exclusive membership that has all the perks, all the services that are included, and it is on sale right now for $1,000 off. Okay, it's normally $5,000. We are still running the Black Friday sale one more day for $4,000. So you can't beat that. That includes hot stock picks in the morning. Okay, let the runners run, baby. That includes workshop classes every month. That includes the one-on-one style type training with coach every morning. Okay, you can't beat that. That includes trading view indicators to tell you when to get in and out of trades. So you guys have it all right here with American Dream Trading. All you got to do is go click that link and sign up. Also, I am a moderator with the company, and this is one of the ways that I supplement my income by doing this live stream. And any tips that you donate to the tip jar are appreciated. You know, we had a good day yesterday, so I appreciate that, guys. Little something every day. You know what I mean? Hey, come and throw $2-3 in there. Times all of you. Hey, it may not seem like a lot to you, but it goes a long way to helping me keep the lights on. So thank you. And I appreciate you guys so much. Let's let Mark McSee in here. Mark McSee, how art thee? Okay, is it my breath? What's happening?
I was trying to wolf down a sandwich real quick.
Well, you go ahead and wolf down that sandwich, man. You know I got to do a talk off anyway. I didn't know if you were waiting or what. So, yeah, go ahead, chill.
Nobody, including you or anybody else in my life, is going to come between me and a good sandwich.
Is it? I just want to know one thing. Is it PB&J?
Yes, it was. Yes, and Smuckers.
Nate, wherever you are, he is eating a Smuckers jelly with peanut butter sandwich.
Only Jif peanut butter and only Smuckers strawberry preserves. Or any other Smuckers.
Yeah. Oh, you did the strawberry.
Strawberry jelly. Strawberry preserves, actually.
Okay. Hey, so you might like the strawberry crustables,
I'm
uncrustables.
going to get me some next time we go grocery shopping.
Yeah, go check them out.
I wonder where they got that big 10-pack at. It must have went to like Costco's or something. I seen somebody posted. Was it Ariel or somebody has a 10-pack or something?
Yeah,
ones in our local
I got
stores
that
only got like a 4 in them.
I got the 10-pack. I got it last week. Maybe last week or
$4. That's a lot of money for peanut butter jelly. I can make a whole loaf of bread's worth for that kind of money. I just want to get one just so I can say I did. That's all.
I know, get it, man. I ordered a 10-pack. That's funny you said that. I ordered a 10-pack from Acme, and I was not joking around, man. I went through that shit in one day, dude. Jen was like, "Oh my God, no, you did not do that." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." I mean, come on, Mark, they're this big.
Oh, that is.
I'm surprised Nate doesn't go through them like that. But yeah. An Uncrustable is an Uncrustable. It's like a little pie. It's like a little PB&J pie. They're good.
I'll try them at least once. Oh, I got to put my earbuds in so you don't hear the furnace running as much. I don't know.
So, guys, welcome to the show. I got a good show for you guys tonight. I've been all day. I've been listening to Discipline Trader and Trading in the Zone, and I want to stay focused in the aftermarket on the psychology of trading, because throughout the day we don't really get a chance to talk about that, and I think that's where my wheelhouse is. And I thought, why not bring that to the group? I love talking about the mind. I love talking about things and ways to help people get over fears and PTSD, and a lot of that is involved in trading, okay, especially if you've lost a lot and you don't know how to get past that. Maybe that's where I can help you. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, the topic is greed, Mark. Greed kills us, man. Greed is probably one of the worst things that can happen to a trader. Fear is the other one. And those are the two main emotions that control our trades, are fear and greed. So today we're going to talk about fear. A little something. All right. But before we get into that, let's see who's down there in the chat. I know Miranda's down there in the chat. She was the first one here. Welcome, Em. How you doing, baby girl? Mark McSee also. Thank you for being here, Mark. You're so awesome. And thank you so much for being there this morning. I was so I hope he comes back. We love you, man.
Just had to reset the brain.
Yeah, man. I'm like, no. Arlo, what's going on, baby girl? Arlo. Kyle J. What's going on, Kyle J? What's up? What are you going to
say? Ralph and I have been giving each other therapy via X chat today.
Yeah, I know.
Crying to him, he's crying to me, and we all just we had a little group hug. Now we're all better, ready for the weekend.
Yep. Yeah, this morning was crazy. Trader Vaughn, what's going on? What is going on with Trader Vaughn? Miguel Lara, welcome, honey. You are always in here. Love it. American runs on. Diesel Dan, what's up, Diesel? How you doing, baby? I think everybody might still also be over there. A lot of people are still over there with Bruno getting tickets handled. So shout out to you ladies, and shout out to Bruno, David, all of you guys that work on those tickets. I wish my eyes were to a point where I could help you guys, because I would be right in the trenches with you, helping out with that stuff if I could. So, but we appreciate all of you so much that help all of us, all of us other members behind the scenes with all that technical stuff and just getting questions answered and stuff handled. And you guys are amazing, and thank you. You know what I mean? You guys, you're amazing. I love you. I love your faces. Ardalan, welcome, Ardalan. I've seen you in here a few times. Bubbles, hi, sweetness. How you doing? Farrah Travis, hi, honey. How are
you? Fill this
Farrah?
panel up today. Let's go in the weekend.
Let's get on up here, y'all. Let's talk about some greed and how it's affected your trades. John L., what is going on, John L.? How are you, my friend? P.S., what is going on? Love it. Future traders in the house. Funny Baby Story. What's up, Funny Baby Story? FBS is up in the house. Michael 1475, welcome. Eric H. Eric, how you doing, man? I know who you are. DJ Vinny. What's going on, DJ Vinny? Thank you for posting yesterday's stream and sharing that. That was awesome. It freaked me out, actually, because I had just finished posting the link in the Zoom chat for everybody, went over to the membership lounge, and it was already there. And I'm like,
I see that.
What happened? Ah, dude, Mark. I was like, how the hell did that happen?
Somebody tried to be helpful, that's all.
I loved it. And I'm like, how the hell did they get would they copy and paste it from the Zoom? Okay, that's cool. Love it. And then I clicked on it and I heard music and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not in there. How the hell's the music already going? And I realized it was yesterday's stream. So I said, okay, that's a good thing. Because for those that didn't get a chance to see it, he gave them a shortcut to it. They didn't have to leave and come all out to YouTube and all that. He gave them a shortcut. So thank you, DJ Vinny. I appreciate you. That was awesome. And I put the new one right under it. Yep. I loved it.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah, man. Ralph, I see you down in the chat. What's up, brother, man? I'm sure we'll see you real soon. Brad James, what's going on, Brad? Love you, Brad. Every time I listen to Alice in Chains, I think about you, Brad. The Mark and Junie Show. I love that name. I saw them in here before. All right, and Norman. Hi, Norman. How are you? Norman's also so good to me. And Funny Baby Story once again. Before we get into anything, we like to go over coaches' rules. There were so many. Have you noticed, Mark, that the dynamic has changed in the room a little bit as far as the call outs?
A little bit.
Yeah. We are getting.
We're growing. People are getting more educated.
You guys are single-handedly putting shares on the map for the group. That's a good job. Because a lot of people were wondering about them. It's like, are we just only going to focus on options? Like Coach always does diversify things, and he'll go into covered calls and cash secure puts and long-term investing, shares, options. We do it all in our group, and I love the fact that you guys have brought shares to the forefront. You know what I mean? Between you and Nate being in that pre-market, getting people in there, there were probably just as many share or stock call outs today as there were options plays. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved it. So That is awesome. That is awesome. You got to change. Listen, Jen always tells a story of something called the coffee bean, right? And I forget how the story goes. Maybe I'll let her on here one day to talk about it. But basically, you guys are the coffee bean. We were the water, and you guys turned us into the coffee. You know what I mean? And now everybody is trying to learn shares and do it the right way and using the L2. So that's awesome.
I say if I had to do it all over again, I would have did shares and nothing but shares when I first started.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't just start doing shares till here a few months ago. So, and the person that got me into this, who's an ADT member, does nothing but shares. You would think I would have followed his lead, but I didn't.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. I remember back in February when Nate first came into talking. Well, he didn't just first come in. He had been in the group, but that's the first time I ever heard him speak up on the mic, and he was talking about how he had just made $200,000 and was gonna go pay cash for this truck. And I'm like, wow, I'd like to get up under that dude and learn some share stuff, you know what I mean, and really figure that out. And it would eventually come to fruition that he would end up being such a leader in the group down the line. It took 8 months. But, he's also in that time become a millionaire 3 times over. So I'm like, damn, that works.
Yeah, back in May, I got this little notebook that I keep. This is not my journal. It's a bigger book. This is
Okay.
just a little notebook, scratch pad, whatever. And this is back in first week of May, and it's Nate's penny stock strategy: price, volume, get out with a couple cents or whatever, high number of shares. What's that say? Research 2 weeks of movement, low float, under 20 million, 10 million better.
Did you think you would end up working so closely with him?
We're all working with him. We just show up.
Yeah.
We all learn, you know. He's proved it work. I mean, Coach knows it works. It's where he learned it from, Coach.
Yep.
But you know, when you got a guy that does nothing but shares, then you might want to pay attention for a different type of strategy in investing. So.
There you go. Shout out to Coach. Thank you, Coach, for allowing us to use your YouTube channel and hang out on here as a platform. This is a stream that's been created by traders for traders, just to kind of hang out, chill, talk about our day that we've had trading in the market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And our trainer and founder of American Dream Trading is Chad W. Christian. He's a 30-year stock market vet. And he teaches us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in between. He talks about cash secured puts, covered calls, you know what I mean? Shares, options, long-term plays, swing trading, you name it. And Coach trains us on it, you know, and he trains us with proven strategies that have been back tested by members, actual members of our group, over and over again. He's created over 8 millionaires and retired over 60 people in the group. And those are the only ones that we know about. So,
yeah, I know
11,000 members. So 11,000 members in the group. I'm sure there's way more millionaires and retirees than that. You know, Mark, I'm sure there's got to be.
A lot of silent people in here. I know of one.
Yeah. So, Bucket, what's going on, strategy man?
What's up? How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Just getting ready to go over a little bit of training after we go over the rules.
Can do. People need to get up here in the panel besides us.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let's get some new blood up here.
I will gladly step aside to let others in.
Exactly.
But you don't have to. That's the cool thing. You can come up and so can they. Come on, guys. Get on up here. Let's talk this stuff out. Listen, if you had good trades today, come on and talk to us about them. We want to know what you did, how you did. You may have a strategy that you used that Coach has taught you and you're doing well with it. We want to know about it. If you're not doing well, we want to know about it. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. We're a family here. You know, we're not going to beat you up. All we're going to do is help you try to get through it so that it doesn't happen again. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go over Coach's rules. Okay.
Maybe.
Don't trade with your emotions. Okay. Let's get that right. Don't trade with your emotions. And don't use real money. Let's just preface everything with that, okay? Get in a simulator. Make sure you're paper trading if you're a brand new trader. Rule number 1, do not lose more. And Coach has these in no uncertain order. This just so happens to be the order that Bruno put it in, but you can put these in any order. But rule number 1, do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total entire account, okay? So make sure that you are using proper risk management to make sure that you're holding true to that rule. Rule number 2, if you are having more than 2 red days in a row, don't be this guy. Stop trading and start training. Get your head in a book, pull up your tablet or your TV, whatever, your phone, watch the training videos. Coach has a bazillion training videos, and shout out to Carter because he edits those on YouTube and gets those up there for us every day. Stop trading and get into the training. Rule number 3, if you are not a master scalper or a master trader, don't try scalping. Coach has a customized 2-minute EWO strategy that is perfect for beginners, and it teaches you how to get in trades and hold on to the winners and stop out the losers. Rule number 4, no more than 1 to 5 trades a day. If you overtrade, what's going to happen, Bucket?
you're giving yourself more opportunities to lose.
Absolutely. You're going to revenge trade because you're going to lose at some point. And when you revenge trade, that puts you against the market instead of trading in harmony with the market. Rule number 5, position size. Okay. Make sure that you are using smaller position sizes, guys. Smaller position sizes offer a greater reward with less risk. Okay. Greater reward with less risk. Train more and trade less. Got the wrong one. But anyway.
What?
There we go.
What?
There we go.
What'd you say?
There we go. We got the right one now. But I said it. Listen, it's ingrained in there. I said it without the thumbnail, right? Greater reward, less risk with a smaller position size, guys. It allows you to trade. Would you guys? Let me ask you guys this: when you drop your position sizes down, does that make you trade more comfortably?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it does for me.
Absolutely. Of course it does.
No sweaty hands.
Nope.
No shaking.
Nope.
No fast heartbeat.
Nope.
So
ever since I went from 20 to 10 contracts, life's gotten better. Stay in it longer, and you actually end up making more money because you stay in longer as a general rule.
There you go.
You can be disciplined enough to do that.
That's it. Coach said, he'd rather see somebody go in with, 5 smaller contracts than somebody going in with 20 contracts and getting out because they're scared and they're holding on too tight and getting out of the trade too early. So makes a lot of sense, guys. Rule number 6. Rule number 6 is, if you are not familiar with options, that's what we were just talking about. Go to shares. Shares. Nate became a millionaire 3 times over with shares. Jimmy's got his first million off of shares. Shares is where it's at, as well as options. So if you're not good at options, don't worry about it. Do shares. And last but not least, make sure that you guys are using your stops. All right, so let's get into it.
Okay. So before you get into your psychology, okay.
Go ahead, baby.
Well, no, there's DJ Vinny actually asked a question that's going to address your specific issue. DJ Vinny says, and I'm quoting him or her, "How do you stay in a trade? I passed up 4,000 today by getting out too soon." So that's gonna feed into you, but Vinny, I'd like you to put in which stock, what time you got in, because then we could chart up and see what was going on in your head. But go ahead, Dawn.
That sounds good. See, that's what I'm telling you. And don't be afraid to come up on the panel and talk to us. You just got to make sure you have your camera on. That's Coach's rule. He likes everybody to engage with the audience. So the best way to do that is when we can see your face, see your smiling face.
Spy.
All right. Oh, spot. Oh, God.
What time did you get in, Vinny? Let me guess. 11:06.
Well, I'm gonna say right there before it went, unless you got in right at the beginning, where it rode clear up to 1 o'clock.
I mean, because this is going to address and allow Dawn.
Oh yeah,
it'll allow Dawn to go ahead and discuss her topic. DJ Vinny, when did you get in? What time?
Well, there were a couple significant pullbacks, so I can understand why you would have got out. But
yeah,
it's a tough thing.
Okay.
If he was down at VWAP, if he was the ones above it.
He had contracts for. Yeah. What time did you buy those, Vinny?
Yeah, we don't care what the contract price and stuff.
Yeah, contract's not.
Time's fine.
Just what time did you get in them?
Hey, Ralph.
I understand, DJ Vinny.
Oh, what's going on? I didn't know I was in.
But when did you get into? When did you get in? When did you buy your contracts? What time?
Okay, well, I tell you what, we can get the
Oh,
specifics a little
yesterday.
bit later. Okay.
Okay. He bought them
Yeah.
yet. So DJ Vinny held them overnight. So that's a whole different topic. We can talk after.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, he may have bought the next days, which would have been okay. But
Yeah.
What
All
y'all
right.
talking
all right,
about?
I'm
yeah,
ruining the flow of the
Yeah,
game
don't
here,
derail
Don.
me.
Go
Don't
ahead.
derail me. Let me go
all
ahead
right.
with this,
That's a
and then
little.
we
That's a
can
little bit
get into
different.
that.
That's
Yeah,
an
Yeah.
easy
we'll get into
sketch
it.
in there.
We'll get into it.
Swing
All
trade.
right, so we're going to talk about greed today. All right. Greed
Mm-hmm.
is probably the worst emotion that you can experience while you're trading. Would you guys agree with me?
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's worse than fear, even. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than fear. Now, I made a video a while back where I put Gordon Gekko in there.
Yep.
And of course, we know he's famous for Wall Street for saying greed is good. But I had to put on there sometimes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a good point in the movie. Greed for life is good. Greed for helping others, greed for things that you want, greed for health. That in it, that's when greed's really good, guys. All right. But when you talk about trading in the market, greed is one of the worst things that you can experience and that you can allow to take over your brain and take over and become emotional with. Greed will
Yes.
kill you. Greed will kill every trade that you're in. And it comes in many forms and many disguises. One of them is hopium. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hopium is greed in disguise. When you're sitting in a trade, right? And it's going in the wrong direction. And you're sitting there saying, okay, I feel like it's going to go up. It's not about what you feel. It's about what's actually happening in that moment. There is no such thing as it's going to reverse. It's going to do this because I feel it. I can sense it. What is the market telling you? You got to learn how to live in the moment and take greed out of it. All right.
Yes.
You can sit in a losing trade too long and people are thinking, well, how am I being greedy if I'm losing money? You're being greedy because you're waiting for it to go back up
Mm-hmm.
and bring money back to you that's not going to come back to you. Every now and then, yeah, you might luck out and it might happen. But for the most part, if it's going against you and it's steadily going against you, greed is what is keeping you from hitting that stop button and cutting that bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I did
Mm-hmm.
get in a trade, okay? I got in one small trade. I wasn't going to trade it all today. It wasn't a share, okay, Ralph? But
Oh.
it was Nvidia because I knew Nvidia was going to be going down because of what I said. But you know what? I did look at a couple days before and I thought Nvidia has been traveling down quite a bit, but it's due for
Yeah.
an up day. I know it's
Yeah.
in this downtrend, but it ain't going to go down consistently for 20 days. Come on. There's going to be an up day or two in there. So since there's been a few, I figured today would be that day. But I didn't go with my instinct there. I went with what the market was giving me at the time. And since I wasn't scalping, you know what I mean? I got into a put. Now, I only paid $37 for it. I wasn't setting the world on fire. It was still a decent delta. I think it was like like 5 or some shit. But I wasn't in it for profit. I was in it
Right.
just to get in and practice. And I said, hey, listen, I might as well, if I can turn this $37 into a couple dollars, which right off the bat, I'm wrong. Don't focus on money. When you go into these trades, greed makes you focus on money. That's a
Yes.
way not to be greedy. Stop focusing on the damn money. That takes
Mm-hmm.
greed out of it at that point, doesn't it? Right?
It do. It do.
Okay. If
And
you're
you,
not focused on money, you can't be. What are you being greedy about that?
it made you change your whole plan.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got into a put and it went down for a little bit, but then it immediately started shooting right back up. It went under VWAP. I thought, oh, I'm golden. I guess today it is going to continue red. And then it went straight up and stayed up over VWAP the rest of the day. Thank God Dawn lost $10. Period. Right? I'm
Right.
like, there's no way I'm going to lose this whole $37, even though I only played with what I was willing to lose.
Mhm.
Okay. So I didn't lose the whole 37. I said, nope, you got to get that stop in place. You got to make sure that you are stopping out losers. This is clearly losing right now. Get the hell out of it. So I only lost $10, got out. I usually don't do that. I am a greed person.
And that's a
You
hard
know,
thing to do.
it
It
is.
is. It's a hard thing to do, friend. I'm telling you.
And to your point,
Yeah.
Dawn,
Yep.
I know you said it was an update for them for
Yeah.
NVIDIA, but because I had cash secured puts, I was really monitoring it. You got to realize it wasn't really an update. It was a
Yes.
flat. It did go up a couple bucks, and that's when I got out of my cash secured put at 471.70.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, Dawn, compared to where it was yesterday, it was still down $10 today from yesterday's start. So your analysis actually wasn't far off. It just happened to be in a $4 channel today instead of one of its normal $8 channels, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you went in with the right mindset. It just thank you for you that I could get my cash secure put, taken care of. But your analysis isn't incorrect because I was looking at it today, the whole day, and you've got to realize it barely went over pre-market high.
Yeah.
That's it. It didn't go very far today. So
Yeah.
your
Right.
analysis was right on.
Yeah.
A lot of them
So,
did that too,
thank
Bucket.
you.
A lot of them did that
Yeah.
because you know how I be telling you on my long term, I be doing that thing where I trade and get the free shares done. And so I had
Yeah.
accumulated on a few of them that I got rid of today. And I don't
Mhm.
even really know the real reason why I was well, I know the real reason why I was holding on to them because I accumulated little pieces and then they started going down. And to Bucket's point, they had just got to the point where they was at break even trades and I sold them off just to get them out. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I've been holding on to these things for a few days. I mean, each day I trade them and add a little more to it. But they just not came in from the initial starting them, came up,
Right.
right? So they free trades, but they just not came up to the point where they in the profit. Like, you know
Yeah.
how whenever you get like if you get some shares and then it'll go positive, like they just came
Mhm.
up to going positive. And I'm like, why am I holding on to these partial shares? They just going lower after I got them. I don't know. I don't know why I was doing that. But Bucket,
Wow.
you're right. You're right. If NVIDIA, a lot of stocks did that. They
Yeah,
came
one of
up
the
today,
good
but
ones
they was
today
coming
was
up from a
Tesla.
down,
Yeah.
from being
The only
down.
one was Tesla today. It popped up 8 from its low. But I mean, NVIDIA was just in that. I mean, it didn't do great
Yeah, it
work
was
today.
just in that channel.
Yeah.
But Tesla's Tesla's a beast, man. When it gets going in either direction, that and Nvidia, they make
Mhm.
huge moves in the course of a day and then back the other way.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I saw Nvidia do it with went up 20 points in one day and back the same 20. It went down $20, dude, and back up the same $20. And it doesn't do that often, but it did it in one day. I said, Jesus, you would have gotten paid both ways on this thing. $20 ticks? That's crazy.
Mm.
So
So
I don't
did you
know,
only
but
have one contract today, Don?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm looking at NVIDIA and I'm like, okay, if you got into that put at VWAP, you could have wrote it down, you could have shed a little bit and then got out when it got.
And then
Yeah,
got out.
I fully get what you're saying.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna trade today. So I just saw it and I said, let me throw a Danny DeVito toe in and see if I can get something out of it. You know what I mean? If I don't, I don't. And it started, and I got in too late. I didn't use the EWO strategy. I said I wasn't scalping, but I planned on sitting in it because I thought it was going, and I just chalked it up till I got in late. You know what I mean? But what happens when you do that, right?
Yeah.
So
you and I were hoping for two different things today, because I was like,
you wanted it to continue to go down.
Yeah, please do not
I
go
didn't
below 465. And the
Today,
first thing it did was dump down to 462. I'm like, oh god. So
Yeah.
today started out as a down day though, because
yeah,
Right.
like I was trading SQQQ shares in the beginning, and like I held on to them, and I'm like, well, the news about to come out. It's about to really drop because it was already like up, and I had sold like one or two of them off, and I had like
Mm-hmm.
a couple left, so they was up, and I had to stop and break even. And I was like, man, this news about to come out, so I'm gonna pull it back just to give it some room. I done had it. I don't want it to just get taken away like that. It
Yeah.
popped
Well,
up, and I'm over there doing something else, and that thing came down and wicked me out. I let a green trade go red, trying to do too many things at once.
well, and my greed was a little different than yours, Ralph, because I was in some Soxel today, and when they made that call, when they made the call in the chat that the person was speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I got out of everything. Because I'm just not playing that game anymore.
Yeah.
And the problem, and that's me, that's greed, right? Because I want to absorb my
Well,
gains.
That's
Right?
wisdom, though. That coach even
And then what
recommends that.
happens? It continues to go up, right? And you're like,
I
what?
should have
Okay.
did that.
For once, this idiot opens his mouth and the market goes up. I mean, it's a first.
You ain't lying. I was expecting for it to go down, like
Yeah.
for real.
Dude, you don't understand. I had a short button on Soxel for 500 shares just ready to click. I got out. I had short. I was waiting for that red candle, and I was just going to go bink. And, of course, it never happens. So, and then I'm looking at it, and, Soxel runs up the rest of the damn day. And then all I can do is scout from there because I'm out of the EWO. I mean, that's not only greed, that was fear, I guess, right? The fear
A little bit of
that
both.
the gains are going to be taken away.
It's
Yeah, a little bit of
mind-boggling,
both.
Mark.
But you know what,
I'm telling
Ralph,
you.
Mark's got a point. Coach always says, really, you don't want to trade into Fed talks and things
You
like that
don't.
because you don't know what the market's going to do. It
Mhm.
can shoot up, and a lot of people probably thought, like you did, Bucket, that it was going to tank, and probably lost their shirts when the shit went up.
Mhm.
So if they didn't get out in time, which that's what we're talking about here is not taking a hint, not reading what's in front of your face and going with it. You know what I mean? Instead of trading against it. And that's another thing. The
Well,
market,
you can't fight the news.
yeah,
Nope.
You can work against technicals if you know what the
You
technicals are, but you don't know
Yeah.
what the news is going to be till it comes out of that person's mouth,
absolutely, Mark.
till the words actually come out. It's an undefined thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't
I was
look
in
at Apple
Soxel
today
too.
because Apple
I
was
was
a
in-
cakewalk. Didn't even get in it, and Apple was a cakewalk today. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, it was. I was pissed. I looked over that, but I said I picked the wrong one.
Yep, me too. Oh
I
well.
picked the wrong one to put a Danny DeVito toe in.
Well, and that's something I have to work on myself. You cannot be doing Soxel scalps, cash secured puts, and an EWO all at the same time. You just can't. You're gonna miss them, and that's what I missed today was the EWO because I was focused on the cash secure puts because I had significant resources tied to those. That's very difficult.
Yeah.
So, and that's just because it's Friday, right? It's options Friday. On Monday,
Yeah.
once you do your cash secure put, you're not worrying about it. But today I had to. And I miss Apple's easiest day of the frigging week, of course. I mean,
Yeah, I was
hey,
looking. I'm like, no way, it's still going
Dawn.
up. What the hell? Big candles,
Dawn.
little candles.
Don, those damn contracts were $6. It was 6 cents a contract, and they finished up $1.23.
Oh my God.
I know. Yeah. Merry Christmas. 6 cents. 6
Oh my
friggin'
God.
cents.
I could have made $1,000 today.
Green.
Because I would have
You
gotten
see the
6.
green?
I would have gotten
See
10
it?
of those.
See the green? See it?
That's FOMO. That's FOMO, which is also
FOMO.
greed, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, man, I would have done 10 of those all day long. That would have been over $1,000. You know how much I need that right now? Damn.
And what's so
All right.
funny? The only trade David made was in the first 3 minutes, and he went heavy on contracts. Right? He said he's now starting to go heavier.
Yeah, I heard that.
And all he did was a put. He did the put in the first 6 minutes,
And
made his money, and he was
$900.
out. And the rest of the day, if he would have paid attention, after his put, not 2 candles later, could you have gotten in
Wrote it up.
even above VWAP? The rest, that's when they were 5 cents, was right at that candle that was down, and I was going to buy some. And I was like, yeah, 5 cents, who cares? And then the next thing, I got stuck with NVIDIA. But that 5 cents, because the gamma and everything was taking it down,
Yeah.
when it peaked down there, it was 5 cents. I mean, 5 frigging cents.
That's
And then,
crazy.
yeah. Oh, well. Hey, it is what it
Wow.
is.
Yeah, I was in Soxel, and it was I got in early on an EWO call.
Okay.
Actually, it turned out to be a weak EWO, but when I got in on the second candle was still going, and then it pulled back a little bit. So it looks bad now in retrospect, but at the time it didn't. Plus, I looked at the underlying stocks and under Soxel, they were all going up at that time. So that's same thing I do with the Qs. If you're going to do Soxel, you need to watch the major underlying stocks that make up Soxel. And I got in it, dropped down. It dropped on me. It stopped me out by 1 penny. 1 penny.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar
Yeah.
this week?
Oh, yeah.
Time this week? 1 penny.
Yeah.
Hey, when that
Stopped me
happens.
out, and then it doubled in value after that.
Yeah. I see what you're talking about, too. Right
It
below
just came down
VWAP,
enough.
that candle, that wick.
Yep. And it got me and shut me out. And once Mr. Bigwig got done talking, it just kept going. I got left behind.
Yeah.
I was done by then because I had my money tied up and everything, so I couldn't do anything after that. Really, I mean, I could have put another smaller one in, but I went in big. So, I was down a lot of money first. I did manage to recover some of it before it dropped, and I slid my stop up and cut half of what would have been half of my losses. But 1 penny. That's the second time. That's second or third time this week I've lost out on a big gain because of a pop. It almost makes me want to I'm going to start trading without stops. Now I know better. Don't. If I wouldn't have had a stop on it, there's 3 trades I'd have made a boatload of money on. But I will not do that. Don't anybody ever trade without a stop. You have to have stops. Coach
you gotta
teaches
have
it. That's
stops,
one of
man.
his rules. 1 penny. See, penny 3 times I've lost out. And it is what it is.
What I ended up doing.
I mean, the EWO and the underlying stocks all looked good at the time, but then it pulled back right after I pulled back a little bit on that second candle after I bought it. So it looks a little weaker now, but it is what it is. I was crying to Ralph all day. Ralph let me put my head on his shoulder and cry, and he gave me a man hug, and now I feel better.
It was rough. Because it happens, man. I'll be like,
Listen, I'm getting ready to tell you two to go get a room in a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Dreaming about Ralph.
Do we need Coach to play? Will you be my hero again? I mean, come on, guys.
Oh, it's Ralph. Woe is me, Ralph. Woe is me, Ralph. And he's like, oh, it's okay, Mark. It'll be okay. I think, oh, thanks, Ralph.
Wow.
The interesting thing, Mark, is I used that strategy that Nate taught us in the afternoon with Soxel. And I scalped just like Vivos from 1 o'clock all the way till about 5 minutes to close. And I was even scalping candles at that time. Now, because of the price of Soxel, it doesn't have that much impact. But yeah, that was a very profitable time because my cash puts were done.
Yeah, Soxel stock only moves a couple pennies at the time, and so does the option. The option's even worse if you sit there and watch it. It don't generally have bars all the way up. It'll have bars and then a little dot, another little dot, bars, and then some dots,
and then a dot.
The volume, but it does generally move one way or the other. Yeah, it's just so I ended up that it cost me $400, almost $400 in profit. From that one penny cost me $400 profit.
Wow.
It was something else you traded. You traded Soxel.
Today, the other day I did one. It cost me, what was it? So close to $1,500 profit. I mean, I didn't make it, so I didn't lose it. I broke even, but because it stopped me out, I was done. I didn't have any more cash to trade with that day, and it went up.
Right.
I forget which one it was, but it went up like it had been a $1,500 trade. So, it's like one lousy penny. I think I'm going to go 30% plus 1 penny. Whatever I set myself, I'm going to add an extra penny. It's like, but,
hey, Bubbles, how you doing, honey?
Stops are there for a reason to protect you. You know, you gotta stick to it. That's how I lost that $8,000 because I kept sliding my stop down. You know,
great.
And then, you know, at first I lost 1,000. I'm like, well, this could go back up. So I slid my stop down, and then it just kept.
Right.
You know, and then you get so far down, like, well, I've lost all this money. And it's volatile stock, so it should bounce back up. No.
Right.
That's why you put a stop in there and don't move it.
Yep.
That's right.
We're going to get back into it, but right now I want to hear, did you make some money today, Bubbles?
Okay, so this morning, even though I was dehydrated and still asleep, I made GGE, FOXO, and ICCM.
Okay.
All winning.
Awesome. Way to go. I'm going to give all of you the bell.
Then this afternoon, it was that GSIW, and I kept 2 of them because I don't know what an IPO really does. It was my first one. So I just want to see how far up it
goes. Yeah, you never do know. It could be a dog forever, or you could go through the roof.
Yeah.
Where's it at now?
I think it went all the way back to like 7 or 8. Let me see.
Because at one point, wasn't it up like $12, $13?
It's going up right now, but it's at $7.98.
$7.85.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't get in it.
Yeah, $7.98.
It popped.
Well, you know, I think about it. That
post-market
NVIDIA contract was $47, Bucket. That is really messing with me because for a couple cents more, I could have got in the Apple for 50 cents. You know what I mean? I could have got 10 of those suckers for 5 cents. For that same 47, but you know what I mean? I'm like, no way, dude.
Yeah, what if I'd have put my money in? What if I'd have put my money into Apple? I never even looked at Apple. I mean, I did at the beginning, but
yeah,
I seen the semiconductors were going up at the time, and I was like, well, I couldn't afford to. I didn't want to afford to buy NVIDIA outright, or the other ones are AMD. So I'm like, I'll go Soxel. I haven't played that one for a long time.
Yeah.
Too bad I didn't wait one more day to buy it.
I know.
But how many times there's 10,000 stocks. There's always going to be ones that outperform.
Just going to be runners. You're not going to catch them all.
You can't. You just did what you thought was right at the time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it was or not, it's a different story. But you did what you did.
So, leading back into what we were talking about with the greed, I think that one of the best things that we can do is focusing on the process, right? Instead of the profit, keeps you neutral. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
It seems to me that when we take our focus off of the 2-minute EWO and the strategies that Coach teaches, it puts us on one side or the other. You know what I mean? Either we're fearful or we're greedy, and it makes us do things that we really shouldn't be doing, like staying in trades too long and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Well, do you get excited baby. When you make a lot of money?
I do.
Why?
Because I don't do this right here.
Well, no. Why do you get all excited when you make a lot of money?
I don't have
my P&L. You think you're the greatest stock trader because it did what you expected it to do, right?
Mm-hmm,
so you're not neutral. We tend to think, well, okay, now what if it didn't do what you wanted to do and you lost money? You get pissed off and throw things and punch your monitors, whatever else things we do in private when we're not online camera.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's the whole point.
Okay,
Mark.
so you're not neutral there either.
No, we're not.
You're not neutral when you're getting excited over the money. You're not neutral when you're getting under. So it's a tough. It's nice to be able to say we're neutral, but you're not.
No, you're proving the point. That's the problem, that we're not neutral. I'm trying to get us to think, to be neutral, and one of the ways we can do that is probably focusing on the process. You know what I mean? Do what Jimmy does, like hiding the P&L. Nate said he covers up his screen. We got to find ways to be neutral, because if we're not, we're just going to keep screwing up and making the same dumbass mistakes. You know what I mean?
Getting in on a great EWO, second bar, like you're supposed to, 5-star trade, riding it up, and in the first pullback we jump out because of greed and fear. We're going to lose our profits. Instead of we're 5,000 feet above VWAP, 5,000 feet above where we entered at, and we're worried about losing $30, so we fail because we're not focusing on we're not focusing on the process. Process says unless that comes back down and basically either changes colors or goes below VWAP, we should ride through those little storms.
Stay in
Coach teaches, stay in it.
Stay in it.
Shed if you have to. But we're not focusing on like this. Who was it? Said he could have made more money if he'd stayed in. It's a tough lesson to learn. It is. It's expensive education. It's unrealized profits. I mean, you didn't lose what you didn't have.
Right.
So, he took his profits and got out, and don't worry about it. You just go on to the next trade. But you're not new. People say they're neutral. I don't get excited, but all you gotta do is sit here and listen. When we get a runner, there's 400 people hooting and hollering. And that's a problem because you're not using your brain, you're using your emotions, and you jump out. Well, I'm taking my money instead of taking a second to look. Oh, where am I at versus VWAP, and where am I at versus when I get? How many videos does Coach have that he draws? Oh, you got in here and it's up here, so don't worry. He said, look at how much. So and that drawings, he does that a lot on his charts when he's.
Don, I think DJ Vin.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in? Not only that.
So we're not really neutral.
There we are.
We jump in trades.
Ooh, I'm in the middle.
Mark, too early. You know what I mean? We jump in trades. Not only do we not jump out when we're supposed to, but we jump in too early. We'll get all hyped up on Coach and he'll, or call outs, and we'll jump into something without researching it first. I
was that close to jumping into a upswing to guess the EWO. The first greed, little teeny tiny bars started to form in Soxel, and I was going to get in it. And I'm like, no, Mark, follow the rules. Second bar, bigger than the first. And I stopped. I mean, I don't know how I talked myself down because I missed out on that much. I missed out on that much profit because
talked himself off the ledge.
And somebody was talking. I think Bruno was saying something about it. AMD was going up, which I'd already seen that, and there was a couple. And then I saw his lock. I had my screen up where it had all the underlying there, and I could see them all going up. I'm like, oh, this baby's going to the moon.
Right.
And I don't know, something just made me say, wait for the second bar, play the EWO, and as soon as that thing just turned green, I won't buy. Oh, is that close? And it's a good thing I didn't because the green went up that far and it went back down to red. It went back down to red. It never did turn green for another 10 minutes or whatever. So, yeah, I would have lost.
We need one more person, or two more people, so I can get my Brady Bunch moment. My birthday's Monday. I'm trying to live all this bucket list stuff.
One more.
Okay, I tell you what, I got some suggestions for you guys. All right. One thing that might help, right? Only trade with money that you can afford to lose. Ralph says this all the time, right? Don't trade with any money that you plan on. If you're experiencing issues with greed, experiment with this one day. Only trade with money that you can afford to lose, like a small amount, something that you would just waste on just junk. Just trade with a very small amount. Coach talks about position sizes all the time. That will also help you to fight and train yourself to not be greedy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You get used to doing these small amounts that don't mean jack shit. You can't make nothing off of it. If you lose it, it doesn't really mean anything because it's not going to affect your account. So you can afford to be just focusing on the process with stuff like this. If you experiment with hiding your P&L, all right, don't look at the P&L. Get away from it. If you're focused on your P&L, you're going to be focused on how much you're making and get extra excited, all right, and have a heart attack damn near like Nate did that day, or you're going to
Yep.
lose and you're going to jump out of the trade because it's going down a little bit, only to get out too early and then it shoots back up the other way. So hide your P&L, only trade with money that you can afford to lose, all right? And again, for the last time, focus on the process over the profit. And you guys will find that you will begin to minimize that greed. You'll begin to control that greed feeling if you do this stuff on a daily basis. Don't keep succumbing to the greed and letting it take you over. And what's the definition of insanity, everybody?
Doing the
Keep doing the same thing and over and expecting different results.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got to make changes. You control it. You don't let the car drive you unless it's a Tesla. Okay, you drive the car. That's what I tell Jen all the time. She's got some OCD that she deals with. I'm like, when your mind's telling you to maybe flick the light on a couple times, you got to take control of that. That's something that, or if you got PTSD like I had, with the whole cancer thing, you've got to take control of your mind. You guys have the power. Okay, you are not your mind. So when you feel greed and fear coming over you in these trades, that means you got to take a step back and say, hey, wait a minute, I got to get control of this thing because I'm not in the frame of mind and I'm going to end up losing some money if I don't get real neutral real quick. Let me hide my P&L and let me simply focus on getting in at the right time on this 2-minute EWO. And once you get in, watch the trade. Don't go back to your P&L. Don't go back to how much you're losing or making. You don't care. And if you got a small position size, that will help you ignore it.
Right.
So focus on the process.
Everything you saying is great. It worked too. And listen, I don't want to contradict what Dawn is saying right now, but what I want to bring light to is this worked both ways, right? It worked for greed, and it also worked because like they also have people who fear losses, right? So
for fear and greed, yep.
Yes. So this going small, it works. Like, I mean, you have some people that may be really great traders, but they scared to take the trade because they fear what they're gonna lose, or they taking profits early because they don't want to. They feel the pressure. Like, soon as a trade go green, I'm gonna take profit because they don't want it to go red, right? So you fearing losses. I mean, just some people be like, oh, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up. Well, they have other people, as soon as it go green, I can't take another loss, so they just take it automatically. That could have went on and been a profitable trade, but you're so afraid that you done lost or something, just been beat down so many times. They're like,
right.
You know what?
I'm
I
like,
just
what
need a
causes
win.
that? It's because they've experienced losses. So now they've got that PTSD that I'm going to lose money in this trade.
Right.
When you can actually, you can use that to your advantage. You got to accept the fact that, yeah, I might lose money in this trade. So from that point, let's figure out how much I'm willing to lose. Go into it thinking, okay, this trade we're going to assume is going to be a loss. Let's accept that and let's get with how much I'm willing to lose. Set your stop for that amount and then jump in the damn trade, man. Make sure you're getting in at the right point, but you got to set that stop loss for what you're willing to lose, and that's it. And don't move it. Once you get in the trade, you can trade stress-free at that point because you know that, to be on a shadow of a doubt, the worst case scenario is you're going to lose that $50 or that $100 or whatever you set it at. And that way you can trade without being greedy and you can trade without fear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
How y'all doing?
We're
Dawn?
good. How you doing?
Dawn, I know you when we lived in Maryland. You look very familiar. Brad. Yeah. Brad, what I was I can speak faster than I can type, but with SPY at 11:14 is when I got out. So I got out with a small profit, but just like Dawn said, my PTSD, because I'm a Iraqi war veteran, so I can relate to the PTSD, but
Thank you
it
for your
came.
service, by the
Yep.
way.
Thank
Got there
you.
right
Yeah,
out on that
thank you.
pullback. Yep, right above the
So
swap. Yep. We
it
don't blame
started
you.
to go up. It started to go
Mhm.
up, and I was going to do an in trade, and then I started to see the cup, then the handle, and then it took
Yeah.
off, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Crap! If I'd have held those calls at the 457 and rode it all the way, just like you said, just like Coach says the same thing. Listen to the sound of my voice. Don't
Yeah.
touch it."
Yeah.
So I touched it. I sold out early. It went all the way up to the 459, almost 460 today,
Yeah.
which would have
Yeah,
been
Yep.
that would have been a
what I,
$4,000 day because my contracts. I buy them towards the close. Okay, so I don't get
For the
flagged by
next day.
Robinhood. So what I
For the
right.
do,
next day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay.
right? So
Mhm.
I had calls from 455 all the way up to 457, and I sold them out early at 11 when I saw it was going up. Just like you all always talk about, you see those dollar signs and you get excited and you
Yeah.
push sell instead of letting the trade ride out, like the coach says. Let it ride out. And I didn't. It didn't cost me, but my potential to make money was huge today with
Oh
the
yeah.
amount of contracts that I had.
Well, Vinny, the reason I'm asking is because I see when you bought yesterday, right? I
Yeah,
see
that's
the
what I was
price.
wondering.
I see the time based on the time you intimated you bought, right?
Right,
What the stock was. It was only at 455 when you bought it.
right,
It never hit that today. So, I mean, I could understand, at the start when it went all the way up to 457
457. Yeah,
at 10 a.m.
right,
I could see that, and then you see the red going down a little bit. So yeah,
right,
I probably would have shed a little bit there too.
right. Well, that's when
Those wicks,
I shed my puts when that first red candle, the second red candle. I got rid of my puts there,
okay,
but I should have just let the trade finish doing what it
yeah,
was
because you
doing.
still had the
So
EMA cloud on your side. It dipped under VWAP
Mhm.
a little bit. It did have
Yeah,
that huge
yeah,
red green
it did.
candle, but
Yeah, and
Yeah.
at
so
11 o'clock, as soon as he came on TV, right,
yeah, that's what I was
okay,
right
thinking.
at 11 o'clock
okay,
on the drop, it dropped, and I was like, "Well, I'm getting rid of the puts now because the previous candles are telling me that it's going back up." And then when it
Mhm.
formed the cup and the handle, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm really missing out." And then it went all the
Right.
way up, and it went all the way up, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
You
mean,
I
you
it
lived to
you
really,
fight
it
another
really
day.
pulled.
yeah,
It really
Vinny,
pulled back. I wouldn't have blamed anybody for getting out there. That was a lot
Yeah,
of money
yeah.
that pulled back right there
well,
temporarily.
yeah,
you laugh,
But
Mark, because Q's
right,
did the same thing. And
right.
I did a market buy on not the Qs. Soxel did the same thing at 11 after I got out and I saw that huge dip. And it's
Yeah.
now a practice of mine. I will hit market buy and that thing will be positive before that candle's done because it always reverses back, right? Unless
Yeah.
it's a typical market correction, right?
right.
So
Um,
you say you say you buy in the evening so that you won't get flagged. You
Yeah,
like you got a pattern day trading rule you got to abide by or something or
for Robinhood. Because Robinhood,
okay,
if you're in trade, you do 3 and you're out. Then
right? So
you can't trade
why
for
you
another
just want
5 days.
why you just want to
Right.
switch
Right.
to a cash account then?
Cash.
Yeah, that way you won't have to work because you setting yourself up by doing that. Like you setting yourself up for less. I mean, I don't know the reason why, but why wouldn't you just switch to a cash account? That way you'll be free, and then you can buy better options, better setups. You won't have to like abide by that and hold for a day. It'll make your trades a lot more.
Yeah, but don't you have to have a certain amount in your account, right?
No, you
Nope.
just switch to. Well,
Nope.
you're gonna have to.
Just tell them you want
Well, listen,
cash. They,
yeah, you're gonna have to stop trading for like about. I guess. Well, if you let your trades clear, it's only gonna be like a couple of days. But
Right,
you can switch to the cash account, and that way you can just trade as much as you want. You can trade your settle funds, right? So whatever settle funds you have in your account, you can trade them for the day. And long as you trade options, you can just trade. You don't
right.
have
are
to abide
you?
by no pattern day
Yeah.
trading rule.
And it's
Are
called
you
what now?
actually
A
It's called
cash
cash
what
account,
now?
a
cash
cash
account?
account. Yeah,
Are
this will
Cash.
you
help you out
using your
tremendously.
margin account as leverage presently?
Mm, I don't know. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Well, then you. Well, I mean, if
It's-
you're getting pattern day trading, you must have a margin account.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that
I
gives
think
you
that's what it's.
they'll give you the ability to buy 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 times the amount of what's actually in your account.
Right.
I don't. It depends. I don't know. It's whatever they approve you for.
So it's
Yeah.
called a cash
Yeah,
account.
Yeah.
get a
Mhm.
cash account instead of a margin account, and that'll free you from the pattern day trading
Mhm.
rule. Because
Okay.
I know that's tedious.
Yeah,
Then-
Are
because
you a Robinhood?
I looked during the day, and you don't know how tempted I was today when I saw the cup and handle to do it in trade, and I resisted because I didn't want to get flagged, right?
Right. Yeah.
And the contracts are way cheaper in trade than they are if you do them the following day. It's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then you don't have, then it eats up the theta and everything because you got a whole.
Yeah.
You know, Coach was
Yep.
mentioning that one day. That's one of the reasons why, you know, when stuff goes up, it'll stay up until the next day because people trapped in the trade, they can't close the trade until the next day because
Right.
of, you know, they may be in a account set up the way yours is set up. And so, you know, because at first I was like, you know, when he said that shit, I didn't even, it never really dawned on me when he said it. Like, I was like, you know, I never really thought about that. But I mean, I was like, well, I guess there is plenty of people who, like, you know, they do buy and hold, so they don't have no reason to
Right.
be in a cash account like we are as day traders. So, you know, pattern day trading don't really affect them because they're not out there
Right.
trading every day. So once they hold something for a while, it goes up. If they done made a few trades throughout the week, they can't even close the trade wise up. They gotta wait till the next day.
That's like right now. Right now, mine's up 5.45% right now for Monday.
Right, and you can't close it because they're flat. Yeah, so yeah, I should.
Right.
Well, you know, you can do whatever. Yeah, just, you know, switch to that. Yeah, it's gonna make it easy if you switch to that
And
cash account.
where do I
And
go
also,
to account?
what does coach teach about holding a contract over? If you're going to hold a contract overnight, what does he teach? You know,
The stop loss.
90 days.
well, 90 days or longer.
Yeah,
not
90 days or
next day.
longer. Right.
Because you don't know, you got Saturday, you got Sunday, and you got before 9:30 a.m. Monday for bad news to happen and wreck that trade.
Right.
Mhm.
He always preaches if you're going to hold more than overnight, you buy a contract out 90 days. Now it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but that buys you time
Yeah.
and security.
Hey, I'm sorry, Vinny. You've really fascinated me here.
Why is that?
So I see why you made a great trade. I mean, you stayed overnight last night, and I see how you could have cashed out about 10 a.m. this morning,
Right.
For a nice, healthy profit. And then I would understand why you get out under VWAP. Did you base your stop on the purchase or the contract price from yesterday, or did you modify it when you got in this morning? Because if you had a stop under your purchase price yesterday, you never would have been stopped out. There's just no way.
No, I wasn't stopped out. My biggest thing was I pulled the trigger too fast. I sold too fast.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If
He
I'd
took
have,
his profit.
if I'd have
Profitable
stayed,
trade.
like Don was saying, as far as our PTSD, we get excited, blah blah blah. We pull
Yeah.
the trigger too fast, and that's exactly what I did. Was I pulled the trigger too fast instead of letting the trade, let the runners
I'm
run.
sorry. I'm
Let the
sorry. I
runners
didn't get
run is what he says. So I should have let the runner run,
Yeah, I'm with you. But
especially after
look,
11 a.m.
Yeah.
Vinny, you can't kick yourself, dude. I mean,
No,
You
there
made
was
no. I
money.
mean, I got out.
18
I
candles
survived
below
to fight
VWAP.
another day.
Vinny,
Well-
you know what I look at trading like? When you
What's-
get any profit, I always like to think of Johnny Depp in the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, where he says, "Pirates code: take
Right.
everything, give nothing back." You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's what I look at. To me, this is just a game. I
Yeah.
put funds that I can afford to lose.
Right.
And I'm learning.
Which we just said.
Right. I'm having a great time. I'm learning from everybody. You guys are so positive, and this is making it fun. This isn't. I'm not here saying I need to get that extra dollar. I'm looking at it like, man, I got $5 extra. Sell. I'm happy. You know, whatever the case may be. I'm just throwing $5 out. But
Right.
just be happy with it. You know, you're going to have other trades, and maybe in the future you're going to catch that. You're going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit this out just a little bit longer. It's just a game, you know?
Monday morning, I'm bringing the duct tape into my office, and I'm going to duct tape my hands to my chair until my trade runs its route.
Okay, Vinny, I agree. I want to tell you, though, you made a great trade.
Yeah.
That
Good
was
idea, Vinny.
profitable.
Bravo.
Don't next week do the
Well, but-
reverse and let a trade die, right? If it's not giving you the right signals, and you were right here. I mean, there were
Right.
signals that said get out of this trade under VWAP. I mean,
Right.
Coach always says that. If you're going to ride it under VWAP, I can't help you. You did the right thing here. You had a great trade. Probably the only thing you could kick yourself in the head for, which you can't, is about 5 minutes later, you should have bought another contract to ride the rest of the day.
Right.
But again, that's just another trade. You made a great trade. So what I'm concerned is I don't want you next week, all of a sudden it does go below VWAP, but you haven't been stopped out. And you go, well, I'm going to ride this because it could do it. And the next thing you know, it actually pulls and you lose a lot of money. Hey, you made a great trade.
I made $1,700 yesterday, and I made another $1,200 today.
Ooh,
Which
there you go.
Which I could have. Which I could have. Now, if I'd have took the coach, look, somebody put in the comment section that the coach was helping his son move, and you don't know how meditating his voice is when you're listening to him speak, and listen to him as he's going through the trades. And when I read that on the Discord, I was like, shit, my day's ruined. Because I didn't have the coach's voice. I didn't have the coach's voice saying, the calm, soothing voice that he has for a coach.
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Well, if you want a lot of
Great.
regret for not getting into a trade or holding it longer, you should join us in the pre-market, because that's when everything's taken off. And all of us will say, oh, look at this one. It just popped up. And we look at it, we're like,
and then you'll get another calming voice. Mate.
And I know you guys all
say something about that, and then next thing you know, it went up $20 a share. We're like,
I know you guys also saw my post. I think it was yesterday when the coach was talking about the bottom at 455, and I think it was something else. Well, I went back to the day before his trade, and we had that one big red candle, and I'm like, we can't ignore this red candle because it's going to come down. And sure as heck, yesterday it did, and I was cha-ching.
Nice.
Cash in, baby. Cash in.
Yeah. So how do I? If somebody could help me real quick, I go into my settings on Robinhood to make that cash account.
It has to be under account settings.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Under
if
settings.
if you go to, let me pull it up because I use Robinhood.
There you go. Hudson says he had a $415 green week.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Congratulations.
Way to go, buddy.
Good job.
Working towards his $400 a day.
Wow. That's awesome.
You know what I'm working towards, Dawn? And you know what it is. You know what it is. Come on, you know. You showed a picture of it the other day.
The Crustables?
You're looking.
No, because I put in the comments.
You want green blood. Okay.
I said in the comments the other day, I said she had showed her Challenger, and I said, I want my plum Challenger. And they still haven't sold it yet. It's still sitting up there, but that's what I'm working for.
You want a plum Challenger, so that's perfect.
Oh, yes. We're Ravens fans. Come on, Dawn.
Yes. And I'm a Prince fan as well. So,
and there you have it.
Prince was amazing.
Okay.
Right.
Is Mark? No, Mark's gone. Okay.
Mark left.
So you guys,
Where'd
this morning,
he go?
I was on TradingView. I was on TradingView. I was on TradingView this morning, and I was looking at the NEXIM or something like that.
NEXI.
Yeah. And at 5:46, my TradingView for that specific stock completely stopped updating. It didn't even kick back in until 10:30.
You're in California, right?
Yeah.
That's because it was halted and suspended because they're liquidating the company.
Oh no!
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Well,
it went off market 5 minutes before the market opened
Yeah.
and did not open till the last hour and a half of the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
they now I'm sorry, I have to repeat Coach's words. That does not mean they're going to be a liquidated company. That means they will apply potentially for the liquidation.
Mhm.
But that was the problem with that stock is we had a lot of people thinking it was going to be a runner, got the stock, and it froze.
Right.
And it froze for almost the entire market.
Yeah.
And it only came open about the last hour and a half, maybe hour and a half.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's up now.
Yep. It sure is. I just thought it was weird because I had never seen that up to that point, and I was like, did anybody else have that problem? So, but thank you.
Oh, it was all over the Zoom call. I mean, everybody, because we had people that had $5,000 worth of that stock.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The good news is they could get out at least right now, even in aftermarket. If they did get in at the $11, they can get out right now for about $8. So I know that's not a loss anybody wants to accept, but
right.
Yeah,
it is what it
I
is.
felt so bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, now they released the news that their stockholder meeting is going to be on December 21st, I think it was, for the vote.
That's the NEX,
Yeah.
NEX,
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
NEXI.
NEXI. Nexi.
I thought Joey Crypto was up in here. He
This one?
left. I want. I can't see that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blind.
I don't know that you
Yeah,
can change stuff like that online. Don't you have to talk to somebody or something to get it done?
I don't know. Let's see what happens. Get more from your.
He's talking there.
You know what?
Seaside.
I'm not going to mess with it now.
I didn't do covered calls this week. I did cash secured puts, and they all profit. So in the 1 week, the 7 cash secured puts were up 25.80 or something like that. So that's my update, Seaside. So I've got all the money now in the account, ready to try to get next week if something tanks. And I'm telling you, Dawn, I'm paranoid about NVIDIA, and you put that paranoia in my head. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, if I lose money on cash secured puts for NVIDIA, I'm flying to Maryland. I'm putting
You will never
Don't
find
threaten her. Don't
DJ
threaten.
Vinny, I know
Yes,
one
sir.
thing.
You will never
I
find
know one thing I remember having to do as I switched over from, because I had a margin account in the beginning. You're gonna have to stop trading for a few days. So if you don't want to stop your trading, like
That's going to be hard to do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you what I did. So what I had did was instead of stopping my trading all the way, so I had Robinhood in the beginning, but I opened up a Weaver because that's what everybody in the group was trading on, and so I sort of moved towards the Weaver while I'm waiting on the Robinhood. That way I wouldn't have to stop trading. That way I had 2 of them, so 2 accounts. And so that way I didn't have to stop trading. So, you may want to, because you're not going to just be able to do it right away anyway. They're going to give you tell you that it's going to take a while. So, you can do it whatever you want to do. You need to stop trading. But I'm pretty sure that you got to wait on all your trades to clear, and then they can make the switch, and then you can go back.
Yeah.
But if you can't stop, you might, you don't want to miss days. In other words,
I've been trading since.
Open a different account.
I've been trading since 2008. It's hard for me not to trade.
Right. That's why I brought this up.
Right.
That way,
I could try my E-Trade that I just opened up, but you got to do something stupid for them too.
Right. So
E-Trade account.
Dawn, can I show you something?
Make sure you
I'm just messing around with Robinhood because I changed my account to a cash one, and I'm trying to figure out how I did it. But go ahead, Bucket. What's up?
I gotta go.
I'm going to share my screen. I want to ask you something.
I gotta go pick up the mini me grandbaby, but I'll be back on Monday because it's my birthday, so y'all can sing to me.
Happy birthday!
We'll play the mariachi for you.
There you go.
You 22 now?
Okay,
But the
love y'all. Have a
22.
great weekend.
Love
Be
you,
safe.
Bubbles.
Love you. You too, Bubbles.
Do you think you'll be on tomorrow, Dawn?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might come on for a little bit.
Okay,
I'll give you a
watch
heads
for
up in the membership lounge.
it. Okay, great. Thanks. Bye,
Okay,
y'all.
so
All right, honey.
Dawn.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the NVIDIA Daily, right? And this is where
Uh-huh.
I told you, you got in my head with this. Okay.
I'm telling you,
I
bro,
got in
it's
my
a
head
gap.
with it too.
So if
There's
you
a
look
gap.
at it, I mean, it's pretty consistent why you made the call the other day and Mark didn't necessarily agree or Ted didn't and stuff like that, right?
You see
But
that channel, right?
yeah, it's hit the top. And by the way, I love these bar things that he's done. This thing's phenomenal. Anyway, that's a trader view. Look at today, Dawn. I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow up today. That's a doji. Today's a doji now on this chart.
Yeah.
We had a huge red day yesterday, right? To start
Yep.
going down to that 400, which is down here, right?
Yes.
400 down here. But that's a doji. So it's going to, talking about, specifics, it could go back this way. Or, like you were mentioning, it could ride a little bit and go down, right?
What's the last candle? Green or red?
I'm sorry?
Great.
Green.
Is it green?
There it is.
Uh-huh.
I'm really exploding it, y'all, so you can see it.
That looks like
See it?
that's almost a double bottom right there. Look to your left.
Yeah, right
You
here.
draw the lines. Yeah, that looks like a double bottom.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not the well, yeah, it was a double bottom, but it's coming back.
It's a double bottom
It's
from
in the channel.
the line he's got right there.
So the interesting thing about this, because I still like the idea of doing NVIDIA cash secured puts,
Mhm.
is I may need to let next week play out, right? At least a day or two to figure out which direction this thing's going to go.
Yeah, because when I was looking at it, it looks like there's about a 20 to 25 day period for each of those stretches. So
Yeah, let's
if
see.
it does
October.
hit 4, it's probably not going to be till mid to late December.
What did it
So
close at?
there's
What did it
no way
close
it's
on?
going to go down every day. It's going to have some up days in there. So that doji, it could mean that Monday's going to be green, or it could change direction, but then it could go, again, continue right back down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
I
curious
don't know
too.
where it closed.
Bucket.
Where did it close, Bucket?
I'm gonna look at it now. I'm gonna look at it
Hey,
now.
Bucket. Hey, Bucket.
Yeah.
Since you got that up there, can you give me a 30 to 60 seconds what the red and the green bars mean there, the highlighted channel things there on the new indicator?
Okay, so the new indicators, this is a God, if I'm going to say it wrong, but this is trend
Regression
analysis based on pivot points throughout the day. So this wasn't here all day. There was probably a green and a red band here until it broke that channel, right? So if you could imagine, it was here going here, here going here, and then when it broke out, it uses a new area, creates a new pivot point and foundation, and builds a new channel that it's trading in. So that's NVIDIA. Let me go to the 2 minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
It's so cool, man. It's such a great
It is.
tool.
So are we supposed
I'll let
to
you think, 'cause it
buy
was only
when
the
it goes
first day I
outside
had
the
it.
zone? Are we supposed to buy and sell when it goes outside of those channels?
No. It's just telling you this is the channel it's riding in, right?
Okay.
So basically earlier today, if you looked at NVIDIA, the actual channel was going this way, okay? It was going up.
Right.
But when this broke through that channel right about here, it waited till it settled because of those red candles, and it found its new foundation point. And it works on the idea, the line is created if you're getting newer and newer lows, or in the case you're getting newer, I'm trying to find one who went up today, SPY, right? New and newer highs. Do you see how the highs were going? So it creates this channel dynamically throughout the day. And you can follow it and track it. And I mean, Apple, I'll show you one because I followed it all day on Soxal. This is why I was channel trading. All afternoon. Look at this thing, man. It never broke out. There was no event. But if you look at it, I mean, I was here, and it stayed within this almost all day or all afternoon. But in the morning, I just moved my line, damn it. In the morning,
It broke
it
above
was
it.
one of these. It was going up here. But because over here, it no longer created a new high, it now shifted to a new area, a new zone. So you could take that with almost any stock. Here was Apple in the afternoon, right? It traded in that zone. And it shifts and it follows that zone. So like if we were still in the market, look here. If it goes out of these zones, it means something has changed, and it could either be very positive for you or very negative for you, right? But it's just creating a new channel that it's going to travel in. So, sometimes in the Zoom calls, you can see David will actually create the parallels, right? You can go over here and do your parallels, right? Where the hell is it? Here. You can create your parallel channels, right? Like if you do this is what it probably looked like around lunchtime. Let me just show you. Probably looked something like this at lunch, okay? But when it broke out of that channel right here, if I extend this direction, let me focus in now. When it broke out of this channel that it was trading in and went down, it created a new pivot point, saw this low. Oh, it was a better low. Oh, it's a higher low. It created this channel in real time, and it extends it, and you can watch your stock to see, just like here, if this was a regular market, you could see, is it going to stay within the channel? Is it not? So it gives you an indication of where the stock is. Does that make sense?
Now go to the 3:44 p.m.
3:44.
and zoom in.
And you can adjust that channel, guys. You can adjust that training channel just like the super trend with 13 and 2 or 13 and 1 or
Right.
13 and 3 to make it to your liking, depending on what time you're in.
Right. So at 13:44, right?
Yeah, 13:44.
Yeah,
And
you
zoom
gotta
in a
have
little
it
bit
on
more.
a different time frame.
And
Or something.
zoom
I
in a
heard
little
him
more.
talking about it. I don't even have it.
All right, now
on
what do you see there? What do you see there? Oh, what do you see there?
At 13:44?
Yeah.
Right
It broke
here.
outside of the channel.
Right.
No,
it broke outside the channel and it's a backwards cup. See the handle to the left? You're in the cup right there.
Okay.
See it?
Yep. Yeah.
See it?
Right here.
And then you see the break above the red channel?
Mhm.
That was it breaking up.
So this
Okay.
And if you look
Yes,
at the
so-
bottom of the cup, there was a double bottom at that bottom, probably
Right.
about 10 cents off.
So you're much better at this than me. Remember, I'm much newer. I don't identify.
Oh, I'm sorry.
those.
I'm sorry.
the
I
cup
apologize.
handle.
No.
Yeah.
I agree,
So-
because you've been talking cups since you got, and I love it. But
Those
for
are the cup and
me,
handle. They got the handle above the neckline.
Yes.
what was simpler,
Yeah.
DJ
See it?
Mini, was the fact that it jumped out of the channel and
Right.
immediately jumped back in,
Right.
telling me that was something going on
Right.
that was positive. Because if it broke down out here, then I may be looking at a put situation. But since it broke in here and then it tried to, this candle was almost confirmation that it's going to stay, right? I mean, it went all the way down
Well,
here.
why would you not do a call at that point?
Oh, no, I would.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if it stayed down, Viddy, if it went down here and the next
Right.
candle was red right here instead of green,
Right.
that's probably confirmation the channel's changing, right?
Right.
And like
Exactly.
you said, could be a put opportunity. Absolutely.
Right.
You don't use the EWO on
Yeah,
your
if you
trading view?
If you were doing a scalp, yeah, you could do a quick scalp there at the top down from the top there going down. That'd be a
Yes.
quick scalp there.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you're
Agreed.
still below the VWAP, correct?
No, we're way above VWAP in Apple today. Here's VWAP way down here.
No, on the NVIDIA chart. I thought that's what we're looking at, NVIDIA.
Oh, this is Apple.
Oh, well, they both mirrored each other. You know that, right?
Okay, here's NVIDIA.
I'm looking at NVIDIA, and there's a cup and handle there at 1344 to 1336.
Okay, okay, okay. This one makes a lot more sense to me than the other one. Okay, yeah, cup and
See
handle, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But at
So,
the
yeah,
bottom of that cup, that would have been a quick scalp call up, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So I love these new indicators.
So where do you get the indicators from?
These come from, these are coaches' indicators.
Are they on our paid member?
They're on Trading
VIP.
View under My Scripts.
Right.
Yeah.
So under here, under indicators, I have my favorites, but I have my invite-only scripts, and these are coaches.
And where do you? Is that on the Discord to find that? Or no?
Yeah. Now you need to be
service.
a VIP member, or you need to have paid for the scripts.
I'm the peasant. I'm a monthly.
Okay.
Look, I just joined on 2 days ago, and then Coach said it was going up. And I was like, "Oh, great! I just joined. Now it's going up."
Well, you made enough the last couple of days to pay for it.
Easy,
Wow, you just
easy.
joined?
Yeah, I've been following Coach for probably about a year now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so Vinny, I figured it out. Are you on your phone on Robinhood?
No, I'm on the desktop.
Okay. Are you able to pull it up on your phone, or would you rather?
Yeah, I'm on it now. Yeah, I'm on it now.
You have the app?
Yeah, I got it on my phone or computer. So I go to account.
Okay, yeah. You want to go to because I'm looking at it on my phone. So I went to in the lower right hand corner where it's got the person.
On the account section.
Yeah. You want to get to investing.
Yes.
Okay, so if you click, you said you're on your computer or your phone?
My computer.
Okay.
Big
I
one.
just on the phone, I clicked investing,
Right.
and that takes you through all the different settings. And at the very bottom of that, it says switch to a cash account or switch to a margin account. Mine says switch to a margin because I'm on a cash account.
It says enable margin.
No, that ain't the one you want to do. You want to go to switch to the cash, right?
Here, let me show you real quick.
Yeah, but why is it saying switch to margin if they're
Can you see it, Don?
pattern day?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Getting false pattern day warnings.
Right.
See it
I
right
think,
here?
you know what? Since you mentioned that, I think you should go down. I think you can go down there where it counts the pattern day, and then you should be able to get to it from there too, though, right? But if it's
Where it says pattern day.
yeah, I think you should be.
Yeah, day trade settings, right?
Right. I think.
Yeah, try
check in
that.
there.
Day trade settings.
That may be where they're letting
Yes,
you know.
here it is right here. It says account margin, pattern day trading on, dividend investing on, level 2. Trade.
Yeah, that should be it. Keep going.
Trade on expiration date on.
Yeah, it should actually do you want to switch to account. It's probably going to be small. Switch to cash account.
Let's see what happens when I put that on. Switch to cash account. Yes. Click on
There
it.
you go.
Say?
Yep,
Yeah,
click
click
on
on that. And it's probably going to tell you that you're going to have to wait till all your trades clear. And
Right. And it'll be about 5 business days or so when your trade's clear and all that.
Oh,
But
then
it'll
I'm not going to push the switch to cash account yet. But
Right.
now I know how to get there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate that.
Right. So set you up another way to trade first before you go to
Right.
Right.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough.
It's not going to be tough. All you
I
gotta
want
do
that
is
plum by Christmas.
Well, just wait. Just wait until you're ready to do it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be tough.
But
You
at
only
least
do
now
3
you know
trades
where
in
to
a week,
go.
though. I don't know. That's
Right. I
tough
can't-
every 5
yeah.
days.
Hey, I know
Yeah,
one
that's
thing.
tough.
You gotta you protected from one rule to break another one, right?
Right.
You got to hold overnight.
Well,
You ain't gonna have to worry about more than 3 to 5 trades a day.
But you
Yeah,
know
I
what
live-
happened
You
to
wanna
me,
be
though? This is
overtrading.
weird. That was one of the
Right.
reasons I was going to delay it. But I got involved in a trade where I think I might have been on my 3rd one. And they said, listen, you're going to be in danger of getting it. Because I already had that violation, the pattern day trading.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
talked to Robinhood, and they gave me the one where they give you the grace period if it's your first and only time.
Yeah. They give you
So
an amnesty.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that already, right? So
Yeah, I
I
did mine
went
too.
again and I was about to click it, and I said the hell with it because I wanted to get out of a trade. It said, no, you can't do it. But what we will do is switch you to it. Do you want to switch to a cash account so you don't get this violation? And I said, yeah, I've been trying to do that anyway. So I said, yeah, and it happened literally within a day.
So you didn't
Yeah,
have
that,
all right.
that happened on my. I had a 750 day like that. I saw the trade, I was watching it, and I saw everything forming. So I was, screw it. So I bought it, took the profit, took the flag, couldn't trade for a week, and then I just sat there.
Yeah.
So with Webull, I think it actually took a long time. Well, with Robinhood, it's all down to, do you have any open trades? Like, as long as you have,
Right.
if you got nothing but settled funds, they'll switch you like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a trade that's haven't settled, then you're gonna have to wait till that trade settled before. And then it was like, once I switched to that cash account, I was like, I'm free.
I love it. I love it.
I was like, I'm free.
I was like,
all I
like
gotta
a
do.
prisoner with that pattern day trading crap.
Yes, it hinders you. I'm telling you, because I was talking to Cox about that. I was like, Cox, you trying to trade options in an account that don't have cash accounts, and that's making it tough for you to trade. Like, it's making you set yourself up to trade harder with options whenever you have the pattern day up. You got to worry about that. So now, like him, he said, I got to buy at the end of the day, and like you free yourself. It's like you're in prison almost.
Yeah,
you get ready to
I
get
love
in the
the way they
trade.
manage
You
it
can't
with
close this
cash.
trade, or you gonna get a good what?
And you could still get yourself in trouble with the cash account if you try to trade with unsettled funds. They'll let you, but you're going to get a warning, and then you can get the same. You could still get your account yanked from you by violating.
That's why I click with my middle finger.
I don't even know what it's called.
I love
That's why I click with my middle finger.
Yeah,
Robinhood gets one.
Your brokerage from your settled funds.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. I love the way Robinhood does that. So it's like, if it's not in your brokerage, yeah, they're like, okay, here's your buying power, and everything else is over on your card. You know, if nothing's in your buying power, then you can't use it.
The advantage of a margin account, though, is that when you trade stocks or options, as soon as you sell it, it's available to trade immediately again.
Yeah.
You don't have that when you buy it on cash. Stock trades, you have to wait 2 days.
2 days.
Contracts 1 day.
Yeah, that's the only thing I loved about margin. That's the only thing I like.
Is that the same way on Robinhood? Is that true on Robinhood?
Yep.
Yes.
Same thing.
Okay.
To me, Robinhood is a little more better because it's more straightforward. This is how much you got to trade with for the day.
Yes.
You got options buying power right here. You got stairs buying power. You got unsettled funds. This is the amount you have that you can trade, and you got to really look close. And every time they do an update, it moves.
Right.
Robinhood
is simple. Buying power. Period.
Right. That's why I like it.
You can't use it.
That's why I like it too.
Click on something, Robinhood be like, "How you gonna buy it, brother? You don't have the funds."
Hey guys, I got a quick question, if you don't mind. What is Mara tied to? I heard that a while. I kept hearing
blockchain.
But
I forgot about the Mara trade.
Oh man, I was just looking at it right now.
And SPY.
So Mara is tied to crypto and SPY.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me tell you what they
crypto
are.
miner.
So basically, they mine it. Yeah.
Oh, they mine it.
Yeah, they crypto miners. That's what the company is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're all digging holes in everybody's backyards trying to find it.
I didn't know that they mirrored SPY.
Yeah.
Well, crypto mirrors
SPY. It moves with SPY a lot. Sometimes they do separate, but for the most part, it does whatever SPY is doing. Mara kind of follows suit within a few minutes. Which remember, guys,
I'm making a mental note of that.
Yeah.
Jimmy used to say it was like a cheat code because SPY would do something, and then 10 minutes later, Mara would do it. So he knew what Mara was going to do because SPY had just done it.
Yeah, I've heard coaches say that before.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
So if Bitcoin goes up to 40,000, Mara's going up also.
Yeah, doesn't always work, but
that's happening tomorrow.
Well, I'm watching it right
now. Bitcoin goes up to 40,000 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
Hang on, my
getting,
connection's breaking up.
So check it out, Don.
yeah, man, that's good.
You know I've been telling you about the Mara hack, right? So last night,
Preach it, bro. I'm here.
I didn't hear the answer because my connection went wonky. So if Bitcoin goes up every day, Morrow's going up every day with it.
right? They pretty
Inversely, if
much,
it goes down, Morrow's going down, right?
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
a
they
good.
pretty much in sync.
That'd be a good
So
trade.
Mara, they like
So my
they
connection
like
again.
yeah, they like linked, if you will. So they mine it. They can't work without each other. Basically, in order for Bitcoin to work, they gotta have a miner
Right.
to I guess to do the proof of work or whatever it is for crypto.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So basically they like you did concrete. So they like a gravel pit. Like you can't do concrete without sand and
Right.
gravel. So they need each other, right? The miners do. But then they have other crypto type companies like Coinbase and Riot and all them do
Blockchain,
different
yeah.
things. Yeah. But you know what, Don? I noticed, and if you lay a chart, it seems like crypto is over exaggerated compared to the market. So
Big time.
when SPY and the Qs move up, crypto will move up, but it'll go a little higher. And then whenever it goes down, it's like crypto will go down, but it'll go lower. So it's like if SPY catches a cold, crypto catches the flu. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then
That's right.
yeah, and it's like if SPY and the Qs are doing good, like crypto is, I guess,
Somebody
in
needs to
the
write that down.
euphoria land.
You
I like
nailed that
You know what I
one,
that.
mean?
Ralph.
I
You
like
nailed
that.
that one, Ralph.
I'm telling you, I laid the charts on each other. Like I'm like, why every time the market goes up, crypto goes extra up? You know, or if the
Right.
market goes down, crypto is extra down. Like what is this about? But
Wow.
yeah, I grabbed the Mara shares last night because after the aftermarket, I was like doing my charts, and I had got like an alert that some of my like crypto I had set to sell sold. It was actually the Dogecoin. I'm like, Dogecoin breaking out. You see, Dogecoin shot up there first, and then I think Ethereum broke out, or it might have been vice versa. I was really sleepy, and next thing you know, I saw it going up. So as soon as I saw that, Robinhood got the 24-hour trade, and so I bought like one share instantly, and then I like set some limit buys because I'm trying to wait in the weeds. And then
Right.
whenever I woke up, they was on there. And I woke up, they was on there. And I told y'all whenever it made the new high, I said, hey, Bitcoin made a new 52-week high. I was like, I know what y'all gonna say. Every time I tell y'all this, y'all be like, what kind of show is this? And when we ain't into no crypto, I'm just letting y'all know that Bitcoin made a new 52-week high. Don't shoot me down in here, right? I mean, we
Hey,
have
Ralph.
people who trade Mara.
Ralph,
Huh?
I will back you up, my friend. It's tradable. It's there. It's easy money, right? Just
Yeah,
I'm with
you
you.
have to be careful with
Thursday,
Mara though.
Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, you have to be.
Get in on
Mara has
Thursday,
been.
cash out on Sunday. It's been doing that for
Yep.
9
Coach said
weeks.
that. Yep, Coach said the same thing.
What I've been
Yep.
noticing with Bitcoin in particular, I've been looking at it for the past. Well, I looked at it for the past year. Usually, right before the 1st and right before the 15th, people
Yep.
are buying it, and the stock
Yep.
will go up for 3 or 4 days, and then it'll crash. Every 1st and 15th, it'll do that. People are getting paid, so they're investing into Bitcoin, and it pumps it, and it'll drop it the next day or 3 days later.
Yeah, for 9
but
weeks
that's what.
straight. For 9 weeks straight, it was doing that. On
That's a good
Thursday,
heads up.
Thursday at about 4:30, quarter to 5, I dumped the money in there. Cash out on Sunday. It would ride up all weekend. Come Sunday, it's coming down.
Yeah, that's what Coach had said. Coach told
It
me
did
about
that.
the little hack.
Yeah, it did
Because
that for 9 weeks straight.
probably when I was about your age and trading, JD, like my main thing was trying to get candle reading down. So on the
Yeah,
weekends, in order to get a real chart, I go and trade something like Dogecoin, something real cheap.
perfect.
I'm just now
Something
learning to
cheap.
trade.
Something cheap.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
So the
Yep.
candle movements and the volume and all that is pretty much the same as stocks. And so I just use that as to have a real chart.
Only hyper fast. It's super fast.
Yeah, very, very high speed. Yes.
Yeah. And so Mara gonna move the same way. That's what I was getting around to.
You know, that's about to be my favorite stock.
Mara.
Every
Yeah,
time,
because I
that's
understand
what
Bitcoin a little
Jimmy
bit.
said.
Yeah.
Jimmy said every time he'll bring his account back down, he'll go back to the basic and he'll trade Mara.
And he would
But
trade Mara.
Mara being this channel, like it has ever since. Look,
Wash,
you
rinse,
looking
and
at your
repeat.
charts ever since October 23rd, Mara jumped up in the channel that they traded in from like $9 to $10, and then it moved up to 11. I guess it went through like a support and then became resistance, and now it's in the 12 area, so it's in 13 now. Yeah. So when I told y'all, Don, I had bought some Mara for $12, and then I sold it for 13. Yeah, today.
Wow.
I told y'all
That's
about
awesome.
that in the chat this morning. I said, like, listen, Mara, you can get it right now. I was like, I just got picked up. I waited in the weeds. I think the first one that I had got was at like 12.40, and then I went down and I saw they had a bunch of orders in the L2 at $12. So I was like, I'm gonna go at 12.04 and 12.02. Both of them got picked up, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna try up under that too and see if it'll come down that low.
Yeah.
It didn't go that low. It didn't pick me up.
Wow.
So I think I had like an average price of 12.14 or something.
That's awesome.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
That is amazing. Diesel Dan, thank you so much for the tip, Diesel Dan. I appreciate you, brother. The Cash App is right down in the lower left-hand corner for anybody that wants to contribute to the tip jar. That is how I supplement my income. So any donations are greatly appreciated, guys.
Or
Thank
my
you so
plum.
much.
Oh,
Or my
it's
plum
two more that I
challenger.
played. It's another one that I traded. I told Mark about
What,
this.
y'all, you gonna hook me up with a challenger?
Huh?
I'll take a ride in that.
Hell yeah.
Listen, it's another one that I think I gave you the message, Mark, about it, and I said that
What are you pointing to? What are you pointing to?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying this one will be a good one for Nate. It was Hut, and so I had got it at like $2, and I think it went up to like 220 some HUT. They're crypto miners too, but they real small. So that one was like $2 a piece, and the other one was Robinhood. I just got 2 shares of Robinhood and Webull out of spite. Because anytime that I trade Robinhood, I make sure I buy it in Webull. Just out of spite, just because I'm petty.
Just because I'm
I
petty.
won't trade it on Robinhood. I gotta trade it in Webull just to keep them on their toes. Robinhood broke out today. Robinhood broke out today because of the crypto, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, I just added Hut.
Moving,
I just added Hut, like you said. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like $2.
Yeah, you're right.
That one don't move as fast as Mara, but it moves along with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I want about the Robinhood. I saw Robinhood breaking out. I said, yes, I'm about to go to Webull and buy some wood.
I like how you think, man. I like how you think. All right, brother.
Webull do not care. Webull like a trade is a trade. I care.
Right?
All right.
What is the ticker for Robinhood, Ralph?
Hood.
It's Hood. HOOD. Yeah.
Rob the Hood.
Yeah.
Who said? Somebody said that get robbed in the hood.
Yeah.
Robin in the hood.
Isn't that what you people say that use Robin Hood? They rob you?
Yeah. Yeah, they be
Are we all trying to short Robin Hood?
Wow, it's only $9.34. Who knew?
Wow.
Well, Robinhood, yeah,
I did.
I don't even know what it got. I know when it went up, I drug up my stop. It got hit, and I don't even know what the trade ended up being.
That's another company that could probably be a $40 a share stock if they just would have done stuff right with crypto, with the introduction of crypto to their site.
I think they're trying to. Yeah.
Hey,
JD, you probably know.
Man,
yeah.
The numbers don't lie on Robinhood. They got a lot of people who like hate on Robinhood still got accounts because Robinhood, they went to a 52-week, bounced off of that, and Robinhood been doing that's a good little small stock to trade. You know.
If I can be 100% honest when it comes to crypto, like I think it's really cool. It's a really cool concept. The only problem I have had so far in the past couple of years is say, and this is probably too much information, but you know, at one time I had maybe $10,000 worth, maybe a little bit more than $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. And I took it and I moved it into my own wallet because they always say you're your own bank when it comes to crypto. So you always got to store it because if you don't, someone can steal it. So I moved it to my own wallet for about a year and a half. Well, when I moved it back to back to Coinbase, they flagged my account and they shut me out for like 3 weeks. They were asking me, where did you get this Bitcoin from? I'm like, I literally bought it from you guys. I literally bought it from you. Yeah, I bought it from you, and I would just move it to my own wallet. And they were like, you need to show where this came from. I was like, well, if you know anything about cryptocurrency, you know you can track it.
Right.
Yeah, how do they track that stuff?
Everything is called a ledger. So everything is written in the book, and everything can be tracked. I was like, I'll tell you what. I told them, I'm not going to threaten with a lawsuit. What I will say is track it, and you'll see it went from your location to my wallet
to your location.
back to your location. And so, and then after such a long time, they had really bad customer service. They finally cleared me, and I was able to sell it, but it was too late. It had already dropped.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. So
I thought Ledger was ain't Ledger a wallet?
Ledger is also a wallet, but Bitcoin is like a
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you know how accountants have their own books, their own ledgers. Bitcoin was written kind of like a ledger, a digital ledger. So anywhere it moves,
so they can see how many times they track.
Yeah,
that's
and that's why they need the miners.
People record it, right? Each time a trade is made, it's recorded.
And that's why they need those miners, and those miners verify that it moved from one location to another, and that's how they get paid. And that's how Bitcoin is verified, or any cryptocurrency. It has to be verified.
Which is why it's deregulated.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how they keep track of it. So that's what's keeping them from being deregulated. So, or keeping them from being regulated, rather.
Right. And there was just a lawsuit that was put out against them for not approving. What was it again? I'm sorry, I'm losing it right now. But it was for us to be able to short and long them, options trading for Bitcoin. There was no reason to disapprove them. And so I forget, I think it's the FTC wouldn't approve options trading for Bitcoin. And it finally, they put up a lawsuit against them and they let it go. And now whenever an options company wants to start one of those things, they have to have a lot of Bitcoin in as a surplus to be able to back up all these contracts that are about to hit. Well, a company just started buying a bunch of Bitcoin, and that's when we started to see the rise of Bitcoin the last 2 months. So now at any moment, there could be an options contract for Bitcoin, and now people can do options trading for Bitcoin.
I'll take some of that.
It's going to be it's going to be wild.
I want some of that action.
It's going to be wild.
And the funny thing about Bitcoin and the whole concept is people don't understand when you go to the store and you give that clerk your bank card or your credit card, you're pretty much doing the same thing that crypto does. Mm-hmm. So crypto is now getting a faster exchange than actual money.
Really?
I don't really know much about crypto, to be honest. But
yeah, their transaction speed is getting just as fast as a credit card, if not faster. BJ?
I heard somewhere they like it. Well, it's not that it's expensive. I heard they pay like one price, but then like, you know, sending funds through a wire,
it's the fees.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah, the fees. The fees is what they're trying to get down.
Right.
The transaction and the speed is fine. It's just the fees.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You've been trading crypto for a while, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah, that's definitely a while.
Yeah. Just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I've never really been big into crypto, but I mean, at first before I joined ADT, I thought crypto was a scam. I didn't think it was real, to be honest.
I'll
And
say
then when I
many of
joined
them
here,
are.
that's when I knew it was a real thing. But I also didn't know anything about trading either. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll say many of the things out there is a money grab, right? It's based on cryptocurrency technology. Here's this new meme coin, whatever it may be. A lot of those are just money grabs, and
that's it.
but Bitcoin itself was built to try to so you can have your own money. It was a great concept that I forget the gentleman who made it, who's technically unknown, really, because no one knows who he really is.
Thing.
Yeah, like Yoki Shama or something like that.
Yo, show more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
I don't know the real name.
Yeah. But
it
was created on a real thing where he was trying to make sure that the banks weren't taking everybody's money, and you can control your own money. Why do the banks need to hold your money and make money on your money by loaning it out?
Right.
So he's saying, keep your money and you figure out a way to do it. Safe and secure.
Bottom line is, I didn't know, but hey, look, I traded it.
There you go.
Check clear. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Somebody says Satoshi
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the name. Huh?
Thank you.
You got it right.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
I could do it.
It sounds like you're speaking Chinese at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I keep a.
That's actually a really cool name.
Little bit. And the crypto that I had, I took it out. I was like, man, I might as well deal with Mara. The miners, like, that's just me. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, but I just.
And the options
like,
aren't that expensive for Mara, right?
No, and then you got Riot. No, I mean they should be around this. I never really checked them, to be honest, but they should be around the price of the stock share, right? Or a little more. I don't know. Let me see, because I don't want to just hey, they could be skyrocketing now. I have Mara one, then they could make a new high or something like that. No, I think
there's no after hours are good.
Okay. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to tell. I don't
be able to tell.
Yeah, because you know how rather is. Hold on, tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe able to look for next week, huh? The next week's contracts. Let me see.
I don't know, but Nate got me all excited about micro stocks.
Okay,
I know,
so
he's got everybody excited about him.
Yeah.
So you can see it. You can still see the chain. 14 bucks.
Under $1.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, you didn't remind the public service announcement for today either.
The public service announcement. Which one?
About the emails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you the email,
that's got a nice call server.
The ticket system, right? For the thing. Like I don't think you got to put in the ticket if you, as long as your email lined up. If you got the email and claimed everything, you shouldn't have to put in a ticket for the indicator. It's already there, Because I was
you should only have the same email would be used in WAP, Discord.
It's 3 of them.
And a
Trading View.
Trading View.
Yeah, so Trading
You
View.
should be using this one and one only email. It causes chaos when you can't access it.
Right.
If you listen to people that say, "Well, I can't get in," or I bought this and I can't find it. What does you hear all the time? Oh, you logged in under the wrong email. You should only have one email lining up with all 3 accounts within the ADT system. You can have many emails you want, but you should only have one. They were pulling their hair out trying to help people today. And Bruno, hats off to that guy. He is the most patient. Yeah, and the girls that are all helping everybody. I think you could pour gas on them, light them on fire, they wouldn't freak out. Them guys keep calm, working through all that stuff. But a lot of it is just, to me, it would be frustrating because people can't use one email to register 3 places within the same system. And then they forget their email, or they forget their email.
Okay, but we do have to take a survey here. How many of you all laughed your living ass off when Coach decided to give Nate moderator rights? Like he's gonna know how to punch a button.
I'm waiting for it
The
to
man
shut the
can't
system
even
down.
change
Like,
windows.
what the fuck about to say?
Well, what he was doing,
I was not
he's not going to be
expecting
clicking no button. What he was doing is recognizing him for his contributions, ADT.
We all know why
and
he
trade.
did it. But if you ever think he's going to figure out how to mute somebody, I mean, you got to know.
And look, I told him earlier. I said, listen, I don't do tickets or none of that, but between me and Lee, we got the mutes covered.
That's all you need.
Mark Mancini doesn't do anything. He just talk. That's all he has to do.
Right.
It's talk.
He moderates
it's
and
like,
leads. Answers questions.
I'm telling you, the day someone asks Nate to mute someone in Zoom, he's going to shut down the New York Stock Exchange somehow. He's going to push a wrong button somewhere. He's going to do something, and the entire system's going to crash.
Monday, 4:30 a.m. Me will ask him.
But I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my God.
No, but you guys need to help the moderators out. Show them some love. If you haven't done so already,
they worked really hard today.
Make sure you got one email across all the platforms that we use here, because when you have an issue, it makes it so much easier. Because I'm sure a lot of them tickets that they're answering is due to improper email addresses or different emails. And we all have multiple emails. I mean, I have 4 or 5 myself, but I have specific reasons for using some of them. But you should only have one.
Yeah, I've got one main one, and just a couple others, just for, like you said, some random stuff. There's one main one that I use, but and I think a lot of people do separate ones because of security reasons nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say they recommend you get multiple emails so that people can't track your email and try to steal your identity and all of that. But I feel sorry. I can't.
I heard that. I heard Bruno was saying, most people not claiming their perks once they get the indicator of becoming a VIP. And one thing that happened to me, and I don't even know how this can even happen, is I had 2 WAP accounts under one email. First of all, I'm like computer illiterate, right? And so, Coach was like, "Yeah, you got to claim your perks." I was like, "I'm trying." Like I can't claim the perks. Like I don't know how is this even possible, So, man, it's a lot of issues. So, and, we get it, but if you have it, the email, I mean, you should be fine.
Miranda and Arlo walked me through it just a couple days ago because I hadn't claimed them either. They walked me through. They walked me through it like 2 days ago.
But I tell you what, the new system they have with the indicators is really sweet. You just go in there and click it within the trading view already, and it's there. There ain't no copy and paste. Copy and paste and Pine script and all that. I'm like, man, was that easy?
System.
Yes.
Yeah. That was super easy.
I love
Kudos to them for doing that.
This should be like a one-time thing after everybody gets straightened out. Yeah.
Right. Well, we had the old system and new system that there was issues getting things merged and stuff, and we get it. But, they'll get it. The team will get it. They're all good. He's got a good team behind him, and he's put in charge of things for a reason. Now, if Dawn would just work a little harder and pull her weight, ADT would be probably #1 on the internet.
I'm like, what did I do?
You need to spend about 2 more hours a day online. That girl's on before 4 a.m. and what time you get off? What time is it now? Going on 7. So, Dawn does a lot of work.
Hey, Ralph.
Put my time.
She does a lot of line taming too. Chain and a whip. A whip.
You just helped me find a second option trade.
What's that?
With the Mara?
Oh yeah.
That's a good looking chart right there. You know that, right?
Yeah. Hey, they had a phenomenal day, but I'm gonna just warn you now. Mara is kind of tough to trade with the options now.
Yeah, I'm looking at the option prices on it. Holy smokes!
Just
Yeah,
listening
you
to you
gotta be
guys, I'm
real
like,
quick.
why am I not trading Mara? That's because every time I try, I get my face ripped off. I don't know
Well,
what
she's
it
Yeah,
on my
is.
list
hey,
now.
don't play.
Yeah.
Hey, Mara. Hey, listen, don't underestimate Mara. It's a face ripper for real.
Yeah.
I'm
Listen,
telling you, like
I'm
so. That's
curious to
why I
see
just
what you
trade the
got both of
shares.
you guys say next week
Yeah,
after trading it for a few days. I'm
it
so
look
curious about this.
it look real
Is
simple
there
and
a
really
place
real
I can?
good, but
Oh
Mara
yeah, I
will
can.
rip
I
your
can put
face
it in
off.
the lounge.
I'm telling you.
I'll show you the profits in the lounge.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, they got the profits and loss. Yep.
You had a profits and loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Mark,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ron wants to know what size computer screens you have.
27-inch. Two of them by size. So that's 54 across. The two. 54 across, 54 across on the bottom. The two 4K 27-inch.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, didn't mean to
They're
interrupt.
only
I want to bring check
they're
with
only
you.
I think they're only 60 hertz. I mean, I didn't go spend $10,000 on monitors.
I like
they're
them.
good. I
How
like
many
them. They're
times
a
a day do you
Samsung
get
monitor.
cross-eyed?
It's like a wall of
Actually,
monitors.
I couldn't. I was having trouble seeing. Well, I knew I needed
Oh
new
my
glasses. We
God!
hadn't got new glasses in probably 3-4 years. Well, you could change the
Right.
resolution on it, make it bigger if you want. But so I ended up, I got my regular glasses. Found out I actually needed a pair of glasses these are made just for the computer for this distance. If I
Ah,
try to read something on the wall behind it, I can't. These are made specifically. He said, "Well, what's your focal length?" I said, "About arm's length." He said, "Okay." That's what we did.
Wow.
So I've
So
gotten
was
old
it?
enough now
Does
that
it
I
cut
have to
down
have
on the color?
reading. No, it's just reading. They're just the way they're made. There's
Oh,
multiple places on the lens that focuses, like up here and down here are different. There's
so
like
you're
three
the
different
real
points of
eagle eye.
focus. Yeah, and then on top of it, I another reason I couldn't see is I didn't know it, but I just thought I needed new glasses. Is I got cataracts now, so I'm about 2 years. He said probably about 2 years away. It's not big enough to have surgery yet, but he
Welcome
said
to
next time I go
seniorhood,
get
brother.
yeah. He said next time I need surgery or need new glasses, I'll have to have cataracts. So I'm like, well, I'll just wait till Medicare pays for it. I ain't got to pay for none of it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's 4 years away though. Like he said, I won't be able to go that long. But such as it is.
Such
I
is like
need new
Hey,
glasses
Ralph.
now. Huh?
Hey, Ralph. You know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of doing now?
Well, I got the wrong
You
glasses on.
you got me so interested in HUD.
Oh yeah,
And
huh?
every day when I trade any of my profits that's an odd number, I'm gonna buy some HUD until the Bitcoin halving,
Yeah, HUD is
and
one
then
that you
sell
can
it
kind of
then.
like. Yeah, I had did that one time. Every time, like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, whenever I didn't have no set of funds and when my weave was small, I just buy some HUD. I
sound
put
like
in
you're
a limit order.
salivating back there.
Yeah.
And look, when you do it, you can just put in like a limit order to get it kind of low. HUD
Yeah.
don't really move much unless Bitcoin is moving, right?
Right. That's
So
what
what
I'm
I would
counting
do
on.
is, yeah, I put that limit order in. If I got something, then like Bitcoin have a tendency of just breaking out and making a new high, and just reversing and coming back down. And so HUD will just shoot up just enough to give you that, so you can get off of it.
All right.
Yeah, saying when it go up, I just drag my stop up. It come back down, it sells them off.
That's cool, man. Thank you for that. That was really awesome.
Yep.
Shout out to Joseph Paletto. That's 2 cash apps, Joseph Paletto and Diesel Dan. Thank you both so much. I appreciate you guys.
Diesel Dan.
Wow, man. Diesel Dan, Joe Paletto. He sounded like he was really salivating back there. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how Coach does that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Bucket? Bucket, you look like you are chilling in the cut, dude.
I am listening to you all talk about crypto. I have nothing to say about it, so I can't participate.
Have you ever traded crypto?
No, I don't even look
Yeah,
at
me
it.
either. Yeah.
That's okay. It's not for everyone.
No, it's my generation, right? This is, I'm sure my parents go, you should never trade on a computer because you never know if you're going to get the shares, right?
Right.
And, because that's what it was like in the early 90s. right?
You used to get a piece of paper at one time.
Yeah, the world today is moving into crypto, into I don't even know what these key things mean. I don't care. For me, there's plenty of other stuff for me to trade. However, when people say Mara's running, I go take a look. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know Mara had anything to do with crypto. I thought it was short for Marathon Oil when we first started.
Oh wow!
There is a marathon.
No idea.
Though. MOR.
Wow.
So I'm learning, but I'm chilling with
Hey,
you.
Bucket, you know
Yeah,
what?
the
And
thing is,
how old are you, Bucket? Bucket, how old are you?
55.
55. I'm 61.
man.
I just turned 61 November 16th.
Wow.
man.
Yeah, but see, you've been trading for 20 years, right? I've only been trading for 3 months.
No, crypto since 15.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 10 years.
Yeah.
So Bucket,
Yeah.
you know
Damn, it
what?
has been long, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It has been long. Holy crap.
You say 2015 like it was 2 years ago.
Look,
Yeah, a couple years ago, you
It's
know.
almost 10. It's 8 years ago, ain't it?
Yeah,
10 years
yeah.
have got behind
Yeah.
you. No one told you when to run.
That's right.
You started going, right?
yeah.
10 years goes like that.
It
And the reason
does.
you guys don't, the people that do not belong to ADT don't know, is we don't usually talk crypto because we don't actively trade crypto at all in ADT. We do stocks and
don't.
shares is the two main things that we trade. Now,
Well, now we know
have a
about
lot of
Mara.
crypto. We have a lot of crypto traders that are in the group, but
Right.
they do that on their own. We're not counseled on how to trade crypto.
Right.
We
And
just
now
But
some
we
of us
do-
know
we do
about
trade-
Mara.
Yeah, we do trade crypto stocks, Coin, Riot, Mara, and those types of things.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
we don't participate
We don't
actively
really
or,
trade crypto.
or are trained in crypto.
Yeah.
Right.
Coach owns crypto, but I don't know anything about that. It's just
It's
my
only a
brother's like,
topic
oh, let's go
because
with crypto. Right.
Coach
because
traded
it broke
crypto
the
before
52
crypto.
week.
Crypto.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a
broke
lot
the
of people
52
in our
week.
group that trade it. We have a lot
Yeah.
of people in our group.
Yeah.
Good for
And
them.
look.
Diversify.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And it's a strong FOMOism around crypto because I noticed a tweet that Coach had. A tweet Coach put out probably about a week or two ago, maybe. He was like, I noticed ever since Bitcoin been on a rise, I think it was breaking up above 30. He was like, these crypto bots says it has been attacking me. And he put in a tweet like, have anyone else noticed that? And so a few people responded to the tweet, and I hadn't noticed it yet. These crypto bots are taking over. It's like they driving the FOMO. It's like they like love it or something. I don't know what it is. Like listen, that crypto strong FOMOism to come with it. All right, they driving it. It's like when Bitcoin go up, the scammers come out. I'm telling you.
Right. Wow.
They do. When Bitcoin come out, they just go crazy. I'm like, I didn't even notice it.
Guys, I want to make mention of the VIP one more time. Don't forget, Coach is still doing his Black Friday sale on the VIP membership. It's normally $5,000 for the lifetime, but he is doing it one more night for $4,000. Pick up your VIP membership right in the bit chat.
But if you get in this trade that makes sense and it pops up, now here you're like, Coach, I never really made it. It doesn't always have to make it to the bottom, right? Sometimes it won't make it. It'll be off. I tell you guys by a couple cents. This is a double bottom, even though it didn't get to the penny. It's off by 15 cents or whatever. So the idea is it comes down, pops up. It goes up, pulls back. It goes up, it pulls back. Now the beauty is, if you're in the trade, zing, all you got to be is in that right place at the right time. If it goes against you, let me show you. If it goes against you, you're like, oh, it comes up. You would not have touched this one yet because it did break through right here, so you'd be extra cautious. But let's say right here, you're like, Coach said buy puts. Okay, don't I also say put your stop right here?
So you're risking what? 3% maybe?
I love the little sounds
Yeah, I
Coach
love
was
that.
making.
It
Bucket,
just
what
sounds
other
so
kind of pattern
easy.
that was?
And you know, a perfect pattern that was is if you have
Head and
Mara pulled
shoulders.
up right now and you do the year span
Yeah.
and look at the chart and look at that video again.
It made the head and shoulders too.
Just like he said, the bottom on the double bottom doesn't necessarily have to be close. It can be
It
backwards
don't.
a ways.
Nope.
There's
It don't.
Actually,
your
you're
double
better off
bottom.
if it
I
is.
mean,
Yeah, your double bottom is 741.
yep.
If you go back a year, it's 741 roughly.
Oh
Right
yeah, I
in.
see.
You see it?
Yep.
The
I was
closer
starting
your
to love
double
the
bottoms
double
are
bottom.
together, it's a sign of weakness. So
I'll play it
It's
again.
a
Correct.
penny. It's off by 15 cents or whatever.
See?
So the idea is it comes down, pops up. It goes up, pulls back. It goes up, it pulls back. Now the beauty is if you're in the trade, zing, all you got to be is in that right place at the right time. If it goes against you, let me show you. If it goes against you, you're like, oh, it comes up, it comes up. You would not have touched this one yet because it did break through right here. So you'd be extra cautious. But let's say right here, you're like, Coach said buy puts. Okay. Don't I also say put your stop right here? So you're risking what? 3% maybe?
Bing. I told you
He's
something
making them
about his
sound
voice is
effects.
just so
It
calming.
is. I was just thinking about that. I gotta
Yeah,
admit
his
something
voice is
though.
just so calming.
Sometimes when I'm trading, right? Because I be alone, I be at night, Coach be in my head when I'm in the trade, right? So this happened. I got in the trade and it was a pretty good trade. So you know, Coach lately he been like, trade that break, right? You know, take some profits. I can't make his voice like that, but he like take profits as you want to, but hold through the volatility. So that's what I've been lately. Put your stop at break even and don't touch it. You know what he's saying? So it went down and it went a long way. And so when it got to the certain point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take half of it off and move the stop to break even. I'm not touching it. I'm holding through this volatility. Well, after the VIP Zoom came in, we started talking. We all know how the day went. And I forgot about it, right? I forgot about that trade was on. And whenever Powell started talking, the whole market reversed. That thing came up and sold off at break even, and it scared. Like I was like, bloom, bloom. Like what trade? What just sold off? You know, like what was that? Like I'm looking through it and I'm like, what? I'm like, I still can't find it because I got Weaver on one side and I got my other thing on with Trading View and like nothing disappeared in the Weaver. Like what just disappeared? Like I can't. And it was a trade. You know?
Wow. Let's do one more Ewo training video, guys, before we get out of here.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
So I told you guys if this breaks this 428.90, you're a go for long.
I'm still knowing.
So let's take a look at it. So we had a break of
What
428.90.
do you say?
It popped up to 429.93. It pulled back again. I mean, look at this key critical area. It came up, it pulled back, it broke through it again, flatlined, broke through it again, and then it ran. See it here?
Wow.
And then that was the rest of the day. Now, let's look at the 2-minute. Obviously, in the beginning, the 2-minute was a little bit harder to read, but that's okay. I mean, some days are like that and some days aren't. So let's go ahead and take a look at this now. If you look at the 2-minute EWO, it signaled to go ahead and buy in at the open, right? Because it was already going to the green. It was already to the upside. It was already doing its thing. So if you'd have bought in at the open, you got paid. Okay. And then it's up to you where you want to get out because it did all sorts of nasty stuff and it kept breaking through VWAPs, really. So it was, in this area is where I would have been collecting because I don't like it through VWAP. So you'd have made some scratch in here, anywhere in here. Then it went red. This candle was barely higher, but it was. So you would have got in here. It came up, pulled back, and you still got paid. So this is trade number 2. So you had 1, 2, and then this candle. The third one was the entry, which was about here. And then that was your payday the rest of the day.
It could have been
So
mine.
there was 3 trades, all profitable.
Yep.
And the last one was a monster payday.
Yes, it was.
You guys see it? So as long as you didn't cherry pick the trade and choose one of them, oh, coach, I didn't want this one. I got in this one and I got burned, so I'm not going to take this trade. And then there's the trade of the day, right?
So Don, pause
What's
that.
the green?
So again, typically you will get 1 to 5.
So that's one of them days right there that we talked about the other day. Like,
What is the green and red chart there? What does he call
at
that?
the bottom? That's the EWO.
That's the
EWO.
That's
The
EWO.
EWO.
I forgot.
Yeah, his rule of thumb is the second green for entry and the second red for exit, correct?
No. Second,
No.
The other
second
way
red
around.
or green. Second
What's
candle
that?
that's bigger than the first. The second candle that's bigger than the first is your entry point.
Right.
Either
Right.
on a call, which is the green, or on a put, which is the red.
And it's something real important that I heard him say that we don't. So basically, we don't plan to exit. You just drag up your stop until it comes back and hits you, right? Because if you plan to exit and you get out, look at how that thing went, right? So we would have just planned to exit.
That was me today.
It would have went as far.
That was all.
I mean? Yeah. So basically, you put in your stop, move it up, and just
That was half of my down payment, daggone it.
There you go. So
and I'm sure everybody here, one thing we don't do, we'll play, let's say, the upside, or we'll play the downside. But when it switches, we take our profit and we don't play it going up the other way.
The other way.
How often do we not pay it when it goes up and then the EVO changes and we take our profit? And when it goes down, why don't we buy a put right away and write it down? I don't know. I don't do it. I don't do it. It's like, dang, it went down for 4 hours after I got out of that call. Look at all that money I could have made.
I do it sometimes. I did it. I do it sometimes.
I've done it like maybe 2 times. I've done it maybe 2 times.
You're right.
Yeah.
I always do mine up. One up, one down. One up, one down.
In order for me to really do it, though, it got to kind of be like a sideways pattern for me. This is just me personally, right? Because I don't like it's hard for me to go against the trend because I don't know. Maybe it's a psychological thing, because
the trend is your friend.
Yeah, because
if you got a strong green EWO with a second candle and it's above VWAP and blah 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 blah, all the things, you're going to take the trade, right?
Hammer.
And that's
why
all you're
wouldn't you do the
on.
same? Yeah, and why wouldn't you do the same? Wait for the second red candle, as long as it's below VWAP and all the other indicators that makes it a 5-star. Why don't we do? I don't understand why.
Because
maybe I'm the only one that doesn't.
No.
You're right. No, I got the answer though, Mark.
If you're in a green trade, you have thoroughly conditioned your mind for that trade that you are on a green trade. So when it's time to go red, you're not thinking red. You're thinking red is your enemy right now. So when it starts to go red, you don't think, okay, let me switch my mentality to a put because you've been so focused on it going up.
Yep.
You're right, Don. And to add on to that,
I'm trading all the EW. I'm trading all the strong EWOs today. The attitude we should take if we're an EWO trader.
Right.
Yeah, EWO, but Mark, most of
I
the
love
time,
that EWO.
Conditions don't
I
be
love
right,
that
though,
EWO.
Mark. Most of the time, the conditions don't be right? So if it's a strong uptrend and then you get a signal for the down, like VWAP is probably going to be right there. You know what I'm saying? Or there's going to be some type of support and resistance that stops the flip. So if the conditions are right, it's sideways. Like
that's why I said 4 or 5 star trade.
Yeah.
If it's a 4 or 5 star trade in the opposite direction, why don't we do it?
I don't know.
Maybe we will now, Mark.
We rarely see them. Yeah, I don't know, Mark. We rarely see them. That's one reason.
Well, I don't know. I beg to differ. I bet if we could pull up a random chart of any stock right now, we could probably find a good reason to do one of them. Somebody name a stock.
Mark.
Let's look at a video.
Mara.
Let's look at a video. Yes, sir.
Y'all
Let's
leave
look
my
at it.
video alone, okay? I'm trying
Look
to
at
do another
that.
cashier put. Stay the hell
Look
away.
at that.
Why don't
Okay.
you do the cues, Mark?
Coach
Your
brought
Q,
up-
Q,
Coach just
Q.
got a
Mara.
You want to do the cues? Let's do the cues. All right, let's do the
Mark
cues.
brought
I
up a
got it right
valid
here.
point.
What are you
I got
doing?
it
The
right here.
cues?
All right,
Not
yeah.
for
Pull
that,
today's
man.
cues chart.
You take those cues
Q,
and do
Q,
whatever.
Q.
Cues.
You got to come to my side. All right, if
See,
you open,
now he
if you
right
open,
though, 'cause
if
Take
you
those
open, you'd
cues
have
and
had
do
the
what?
EWO at the start, red puts. Then it changed over to
That looks like Mark.
a huge green. And then what did it do? You had a substantial pullback for, I don't know, what do you say
What are you
that
doing?
is?
What are you on the 1 day? Are you doing the 1 day?
Yeah, I'm doing today.
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
Today.
So I
Friday.
can follow
Let's
along.
look at today.
All right.
So you have a minimum of 3 plays that we could have done today. And
That's on
every
the
one of them would have
QQQ.
made you and everybody would have made a
Let me see.
boatload of money if you'd have played a
Was
boat
that a
ways.
slight cup there? Is that a cup there?
I got a cup for you. It's an up
It's
and down
what-
EWO.
Your name
It's
changes.
between 1
You're no longer
1:40 p.m. and 2 o'clock.
Vinny the Cup. That's your name.
Vanny the
Vinny?
Cup.
Yes.
Ain't it?
Vinny
Vinny
the
Bacon
Cup.
Cup of
Cups.
Ham
Come on.
is a
Guys, I gotta give a shout out to Callie. Thank you so much, Callie. Callie jumped in there with a cash app. Thank you, baby girl. Callie's
Keep
here.
the lights
Hi,
on
Callie.
one more day.
Yes.
All right. So let's look
Yeah,
at this
so-
now.
Yeah.
At
All
the,
right.
At the
Well, I look at the
389.
EWO.
At the 389 level, right? That's around 1:50 p.m. And pan to your right,
Mhm.
and then you see the handle going up, and then what did it
Yeah.
do? Then it took off from there, right?
Correct.
Up and handle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not looking
okay,
at that.
DC,
I'm looking at
Vinny.
the EWO.
Get rid of the J and put a C there.
Oh, you're going to the
Double Cup
EWO?
Vinny.
What's that?
EWO
Double Cup
trading.
Vinny.
He love,
That's your new
he
name.
love that cup of ham.
The double cup, yeah.
All right. Well, if you're doing the EWO, listen. Look at 11:10. Look at 11:10 a.m.
There's
Right.
one right there too.
See that gap between 11:20
Yeah,
to
that was the start of the
11:21?
green. That was the start of the next green EWO.
Right. So your
Off the
second
red
green
EWO.
candle, your second green candle should have been green. It was red actually at 11:40.
No, you wait for the second green candle that's larger than the first green candle.
Coach's rule is second candle, second green candle, or second red.
candle that's larger than the first one.
Right.
It could be.
So
it could
it
actually
actually-
be. It could
Knew
actually
it.
be 4 or 5 candles.
4
in.
for
I
I
must have
knew
been drinking my cup
Right.
of tea when he said that. I didn't know.
I thought you
Oh,
might
a
be
cup
doing
of tea.
that.
Vinny dropping the cups.
I
No,
thought
in this case,
so.
in
Vinny,
this
check
case,
it
it was
out.
a third
If there-
candle. In this case, it was a third candle.
Right. If there's 5
Right.
candles in a row and all of them are the same size, you do not enter. It's the
Right.
first candle that is larger
It's
than all
larger. Gotcha.
before it. Yeah.
In this
Gotcha.
case, it was actually the third candle. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
So you would have rode that puppy all the way up until it come down.
390.
Going downhill again. If you'd have took
390.
profit at the first major pullback, a little after 1 o'clock, then it changed to a red DWO. The second candle was bigger than the first at 13:30.
Yes, sir.
30. You would have rode that for a while. I mean, you wouldn't have made a pile. You would have still made good money because you're in a put. Puts
Oh, it
even
depends
make
on
money
how
when
many
it goes sideways.
contracts. It depends on how many contracts you had too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yep.
but if I go in with 10 and you go within with 1, we're still making the same percentage of profit if we enter
Right.
and exit at the same time. Would you agree?
Right.
So the size of the contract is irrelevant. We're doing
Yes,
a
sir.
trade. We're
Yes,
going
sir.
to make the
Right.
same
Less
percentage of
contracts will
profit.
make you better.
Yeah, we're gonna make the same percentage on our trade, no matter what value we're trading. So there
Okay.
you go. Then you go. It goes out of that one. You would have sold out of your put. Second green EWO. There's your third entry.
You missed the double bottom. You missed the double bottom.
We're looking at that's important, but I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm just looking at the EWO. Coach has a video
Either or trade.
that you take the bars completely off the screen. Don't even look at the bars.
Right.
You can
Right.
successfully trade watching
The EWO.
EWO bars themselves.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't know if it
Just
was a
not on
double top,
Robinhood.
double bottom. Wouldn't
You
know if
can't
it was
do it
double
on
top, double
Robinhood.
bottom. Well,
You can't do it on Robinhood.
he was just
you can-
proving the point that
Yeah, I know.
too hung up sometimes.
I
So
got
if
you.
we're doing strict EWO here, okay?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and we're not even looking at the profit. So the second candle in this case was actually bigger than the first. So you got in there at 2:22, and you rode that puppy till the cows came home at, let's say, this pullback here at 15:38. So you'd rode that for over an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Green.
So
If you could have stayed in, now that one was a little rough. I mean, you just had to stomach that, but you were still, in this case, way
That in the top.
mile. You were 5,000 feet above VWAP the whole time.
Right.
So that's why he tells you, there's no reason to get out of it if you're looking at it. Plus, his indicator, the cloud,
See,
it was that would have been a hard one to stay in.
see on
Hey,
Robinhood's
DJ
how you
Cook.
don't get the arrow or you don't get the
Yeah.
candles there.
I don't. Yeah, I have
We
no
get the
idea what
colors.
So
it looks
DJ
like.
Cup, that's what I'm about to help you out with though. You don't chart with TradingView,
No, I use Yahoo Finance.
Oh, okay.
right? So
Whatever works for
you
you.
should download.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but if you want to follow along with the Evo, you got two ways to do it. You could download Weeble or TradingView,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And then you could just add the Evo to your chart.
But don't
that
you,
way
you
can
have to join TradingView,
you can
don't
look
you?
at it.
You do.
Yeah, it's a paid.
Well-
it's paid. Yeah, it's about $15 a month.
Oh,
Probably.
okay.
Well, they have coaches indicating you do, but I'm just saying you can still follow along
Right.
for free. Like if you
But-
you can just add the Evo to the chart.
So anyway,
It won't be the fancy one.
there is a case I would have got that big green EW, made all that big money on that call, and then I would have been done for the day. Like, yeah, going to the bank.
Yeah, I'd have been out at 110.
Unfortunately, I didn't. I got killed by Soxel before that all happened. So
Yeah, I'd have been out by 13 for sure.
yeah, we won't revisit my pain, right, Ralph?
Hey, yours and mine
I know,
both,
right?
buddy.
That was one of
Ralph's shirt still ain't
That
dried
was
after
tough.
me crying on his shoulder.
listen. That's one of my worst things.
He's got crusty snot all on his shoulder.
Yeah.
What happened to Mark today? That's the one that'll make you just want to throw the towel in.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
1 penny. 1 penny.
1 penny. Like
It's like,
Mark,
Man,
you've
I
been
would've-
trying to
everything was lined
throw in
up.
the towel all week, man. What's happening? We
because
gotta
I've been
talk.
getting stopped. It's the third time I
Listen.
got stopped out by 1 penny on my stop.
I'm telling you, hey, they come in clusters.
Mm.
Yes.
Every now and then, you'll get a stream of just straight bad trades. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Yes.
I told Mark, I said, Mark, what you got to do to get it out? Because it happens to me. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I believe I'm going to just have to stop trading or something.
Yeah.
Coach, what does Coach tell us? He gives you 5 minutes to crawl up in the fetal position on the couch and cry. Wipe your. Then you got to get up,
Yeah.
wipe your tears, and get on to the next trade and forget
I
about
gotta-
what happened.
I got a question.
What's
I
Is
that?
got
there-
answers I ain't
is
used yet.
Is there any way? Is there any way for newbies that we can show them how to do a stop on Robinhood?
I'm talking about for
Coach has done
options.
it a few
Yeah, stop
times,
option.
but yeah,
Do we
Coach
have
I'm
can
one?
do
just
that.
keep it real. This
Do we have one,
stocks and
Dawn?
Robinhood suck.
Do we have?
No, not on.
Do we have a-
don't. No,
I don't
For
think
stop
we do.
losses on
no. Coach has
Robinhood.
done it live.
How do you do
Coach
yours?
has done it
No.
live a few times.
Stop
Yeah, he
limit.
has done it. a few
Just ask
times.
him to do it when he's recording the next time. Maybe then they can cut
Okay.
that.
Now,
Yeah,
my
you
question,
only- you
my
only-
question
really
as a
hard to
newbie
explain.
subscriber, when we're on the Discord, how do we get to see his live trading? Can you do that as a monthly?
Zoom.
Hey, remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoom
Zoom.
So,
Yeah,
You
in
don't
the,
log into the Zoom.
and the Discord. Members,
Yeah.
members area.
Uh-huh.
Just click Zoom and enter. You're not a
oh,
VIP,
where it
right?
says Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
but I
it'll
don't have
give
a,
you a link.
I don't have a camera on my thing.
You're
you
not
Like,
don't
allowed
don't
need
need
a
a
to
camera.
during
Oh, you don't need
the
one?
day. You,
Okay.
Yeah.
no, you're not allowed
So
to
just
have a
click-
camera during the day.
So you
Yeah,
just
so
click
that's
on the
good.
Zoom
Right. See?
Click on
And
the
you can-
Zoom and then follow the prompts to
and
get
you
in
can
the
watch
Zoom
his, and you can watch his trades, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And talk
So
to
Click
how-
him.
on that link. It says.
Oh, you
right
can
here,
talk to
click
him
on this
too?
link.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can
Oh, I
talk
had to
him too.
introduce
See-
myself as Vinny the Teacup.
So wait,
Yeah, go ahead.
let me get this straight, Cup and Handle. You only been watching you've been watching Coach on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
So you
For a year.
remember, but you don't know about the Zoom rule. Like
No, I just,
You're
I
in for
just
an eye
joined.
opener.
Look,
yeah,
I
we
took my
trade
birthday
all day.
money. I took my birthday money and bought a monthly subscription.
Okay.
Sorry, we won't tell your wife.
Okay.
We won't tell your
Okay.
wife.
No, she knows. She knows.
Hey, she's gonna be pleased. But
Mine doesn't.
but yeah, we do the Zoom all day. Like we from market open up until this show
From 4
starts.
o'clock in the morning up until 4 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So monthly people can access that.
Not
Well,
the 4
monthly
a.m.
people
one. You
start
can't.
at
I feel like them. I feel like I'm the pawn to the kings. You guys are the kings, being the paid
No, it's not that.
for the
At
VIP members.
8:40, at 8:45, you can get into the Zoom link for
Yeah.
Okay.
regular non-VIP members. So at
8:45.
8:45, yeah, you'll see
Yeah,
a link
what's in
appear
Zoom,
in that.
Now, if
in the
somebody's late,
Zoom. You come and go as you please.
Yeah, you come and go as you please.
no, because y'all been kind of late with the hot talk. With the hot stuff.
Coach has been moving. Yeah, he's been moving. So
Plus,
Yeah,
they're
I
in the
read.
time every day.
I've
You
read
can
in
find-
there today that he was helping his son move or something like that, and I was like, oh man.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for him,
was-
but I was like, daggone.
well, he missed the
Well,
good.
everybody else-
You missed
that's
the good
life.
one
Life
today
happens.
though. And
What's that?
Coach came back and gave that master class today. I was like,
Yes.
I don't care what trades I'm in right now. I'm not dragging up stops or nothing. But yeah,
Right.
you gotta get it. You gotta log into the Zoom cup and handle because that way his screen can
Go to
become
Cup and Handle.
your screen. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, I want you. Yeah.
Yeah, you
'cause
get to
missing
see the
out on-
screen just like it's your
Yeah.
computer.
Well,
So if I see the
videos
cup
we're watching,
before the
right?
coach, can I tell him?
You can let
Yeah,
him know.
we'll
Just
let
raise
you.
your hand.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Or you can just say, "Coach, is cup and handle." Hey, matter of fact,
Have you
Coach
ever
got a bunch
used-
of cup and handle videos. A couple of them.
Have you ever done a Zoom call before in business outside of here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh, so
familiar
you
how
know
to raise
Zoom?
your
Oh, yeah.
hand and all
Oh, yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when we watch these videos, like these
What?
videos we're looking at,
What about him?
that's exactly what Coach's screen looks
Oh
like.
yeah. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see on a phone, and I'm like this trying to look at what he's trading, where the numbers are in the chart.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be able to see it a lot better now that you have direct access to his view.
Right.
It'll be just like it's on
Okay.
your computer. So,
Right.
So you just go to the members
Zoom.
or the
Yeah.
Zoom under members.
Yep.
This is how I
8:45
work the
a.m.
Zoom. When Coach starts talking and he wants to show something, I just
Right.
turn his screen into my screen, right?
Right.
Then, if I want to go back to my trade and do what I'm doing, I just switch it back, and then I
Right.
have it because I just got one screen. I'm not like Mark. I can't just have Coach right here, and then trading view, and then I don't
Right.
have a lot of screens. So I just go back and forth. I don't really.
Yeah, me either. I only have one
Yeah.
screen.
All you
Right.
need.
And then majority of the time when Coach come in, once he come in, most of the time I just stop and just really watch what that's what I've been doing lately. I just
Right.
recently started back trading a few less like shares and stuff. I don't really trade in the morning often. Right? So once the VIP usually start, I might trade the open, but I have a lot going on. That's just me. So and then I don't really trade the stocks. I go and take a little break or whatever, and then I come back.
Right.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dawn.
the etiquette of the room is 8:45 is when all the non-VIP members the room is open, and then he'll do is say, "Hey, how's it going?" And then he gets into the pre-market setup.
Right.
Well, they call it pre-market ideas now.
Right. And I
Give you
try
those
and watch
levels.
that when he's
Yeah,
not
and they
late
give
or
you
whatever.
that.
But now that I'm a member,
Right, and it's not really. You can ask questions at that time if you catch it right.
Right.
Usually it gets to be all after 9 o'clock. There's no questions. He's getting.
yeah, I know.
anyways.
I know the
He
golden
talks to
rule.
the TikTok. He talks to the TikTok guys and the
Right.
YouTube people. Explains his services, and then 9:30 between 9:30 and 10, definitely no questions unless you
Right.
got an emergency, like you're stuck in a trade, you don't know how to get out of it. Those type
Right.
of things. So after 10 o'clock, pretty much anything you want to do, ask, just raise your hand. And
So
after
do we
Coach
want to?
leaves around 11, there's everybody. We got a bunch of great moderators that answer questions.
Right.
Mancini and Bruno and just the whole just a dozen of them. I
Lee,
can answer any
David.
question you'd have.
Right.
David, yeah.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Right.
See,
So-
if he would have knew that he could have been in the Zoom all day, you would have had probably not made enough to get that lifetime. You know, you're running the special, no FOMO.
They just seen about 10
hold
cup
on.
handles.
I'm so used to
Yeah,
saying no FOMO. A lot of FOMO. You know
Yeah, I
what I'm
wouldn't have
saying?
lost that extra couple grand I could have made.
Yeah, just again,
That would've been
stick to your 2 or 3 favorite stocks. Don't be chasing call
Right.
outs. You'll hear
Right.
a lot of them, and you'll
You will
see
hear a
certain
ton of
people
them.
follow certain stocks religiously. Matter of fact, a lot of times people say, "Hey, Joe Smith, you follow this one. What do you think?" You know, and they'll revert the question to that person a lot
Right.
of times because
I
they
got you.
follow it and they know the ins and outs. So just don't get caught up in the FOMO chasing, because once the time it takes them to tell you something's running, they've already decided it's already been running for a short
Right.
time, and you probably missed it anyway. So
Well, that's like our picks in the morning. The time we get ours, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good amount of time that's went by, so I haven't touched any of them because I look at how much they've ran and how far, the timing from the time we get it.
well, when you hang out for a while and you want to quit wasting money, join the VIP. Just bite the
Right.
bullet and do it.
Yeah.
From what it sounds like, I mean, I'm not trying to take your money out of your wallet, but
Right.
you will not. It sounds like you already have success, and you could really increase your success
It's
more
well worth it.
by joining
Right.
the VIP.
Yes.
You can join us at 4 a.m. in the pre-market trading room with Nate, and
Hey, now you're bringing back my military time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we be in there.
400. Now, I don't know what time does
We're in
Robin
there.
let you trade. It's not 4 a.m. You'd have to have a
7.
Webull account or
No,
Seven.
you can
what's the
do
other
it.
one?
Yeah, you can do it at 7 on limits. You do your limit order.
Yeah.
Yeah, Webull let you trade at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Market
Yeah.
opens.
Oh,
So there's a
wow.
lot of stuff happens before 7. A lot of money's
yeah.
made while
Oh, yeah.
everybody's still sleeping. So
That one that got
even if you don't trade, and there's a lot of people in there that don't trade at all, and I mean including me, just sitting there learning from everybody else without
Right.
trading and seeing what they're seeing on the screen is a great teacher. Things are more laid back or quiet. It moves slower. You have time to oh yeah, I can see that. Oh, I can see that cup and handle forming now, because you got more time and
right.
things.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's-
Yes.
it's well worth everything you get. I come in, I joined as a lifetime member. He had it on sale for $750, I think, at that time. So I bought that,
Oh, wow.
and I was in that for a while, and then for maybe 6 months, maybe if it was that long, and then he come out with indicators. He came out with all kinds. I bought everything he could. I've been invested in my education. Is what I was doing. I
Right.
probably spent, because he kept coming out. He was growing so fast. He kept coming out with different tiers of products. I think I added up. I think I spent about $6,000 on all these different things. Anything
Yeah.
ticks me off is I don't have the money for the VIP lifetime right now to spend on that.
Yeah.
So
That's like my
but
case.
I'm
I
a
had, to,
VIP, and regardless, I'm still a lifetime member forever. But
I had to scratch and save to get the monthly.
yeah, oh yeah, everybody's budget.
I traded to get it. I actually got in a trade like you did. I was watching them on TikTok and YouTube and traded and made enough to get into the monthly. And
When
then
we
he was-
Yeah, my
Right.
lifetime membership, I paid for it in 3 or 4 days. My VIP membership, I paid for it in 5 days. I'm talking about profits that I made.
Right.
Wow.
And the coach's indicators, he was selling them separately at the time. I made it on the first trade in about 3 minutes for the price of that indicator.
Nice.
Yeah, that
So it's all, if you do what coach tells you,
It's worth
you will
it.
more than pay for itself.
Yeah. No.
the record the record stock that we had that got halted 46 times, TSTP or something like that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
Oh,
fun
yeah, I
day.
remember that.
That helped me get to the monthly.
Cool.
And I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
Good.
You remember.
That
Yeah, we
right
do.
there started.
Yeah, I mean, what you need to do
Yeah.
is just look at I mean, I'm sure you already have, Brenda, what the price is monthly versus buying it all up front at once.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you to go into debt to buy it, but I guess you could always look at it as doing that and
It's
making
PC.
a monthly payment on a different formation of credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So depends how you want to look at it. But people hear him talk about it and they think it's just a big sales thing to put money in his pocket. I mean, it is his business. That's what he does. But it's well worth the extra education that you're going to get, the extra personal time that
Right.
you get with coach.
He's selling you an education.
Yes.
People shouldn't look at it any other way. He's selling you an education of how to do what we're doing.
How can you make $100,000 a year by spending $2,500 on a college education? You ain't gonna get that anywhere.
Absolutely. Especially with today's prices, right?
Results may vary, of course. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's just
well, and it
simple.
also varies on how much you put into it too.
Exactly.
So
True.
That's it too.
If you don't put the time in and put the screen time in, he always says it. Why don't you put the time in? If you're going to pay me, you might as well make it worth it. Listen to the guy you're paying. Put the time in. Make that money worth it.
I get paid to make people money.
That's right.
Don't listen to Mark.
He said that the other day, and I was like, "That's right."
Don't listen to Mark or Don or Ralph. Listen to the coach. He's the price to pay.
That's it. Guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and shut it down now. I'm gonna have to place the grocery order. I know.
Till Monday. Till Monday.
I appreciate y'all's help.
Coming on Saturday.
Will you post something over the
I'll
weekend?
I'll do a watch party tomorrow.
I appreciate everybody's help.
Send me a message.
You're
I have
welcome.
no reason to watch college football now since my team's sucking. Now they're out of it.
I got one more thing to say about joining the group, though. Like, if anybody might be on the fence, it's just simple as this. Right? The value of $1, everybody know it. And you know they got money that to be made in the market, right? Everybody know that. But I mean, like, who you gonna get to show you how to do it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not that many people that you
mentors
can
are
just
like that.
really trust. Because I'm telling you right now,
There's a lot of scams out there.
Yes, there
I
are.
know a person in 2 groups. I know a person that's in 2 groups right now. Still don't know a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to trade. Like, come on, man. You know?
So, good point, Ralph. And Coach cares about us enough to make sure that he will stop what he is doing. If somebody's stuck in a trade and can't get out, he will stop what he's doing. You don't find content creators and gurus that are out there doing that, hands-on in the trenches, making sure you're understanding everything. You know, so I mean, the money is and on top of that, he charges way less than half the people that are out there.
Exactly.
Give you that type of one-on-one interaction. Right. So and then you've got the support group of the community on top of everything else. So, and there's no other community like this one. So
and we're overall we're a positive group. We all go help each other. I mean, do we get in tiffs from time to time over dumb things like all our
something
stupid? It happens all the time. You know, when you got 400 or 500 people in a room, once in a while we're going to get on each other's nerves and things and get out of here. And Don has to get out the big lion tame and cheer in the whip, the rawhide whip, and calm everybody down. Sometimes it's a matter of muting everybody, but it happens. You know, when you get more than 2 people in a room, things will happen. But it's very rare that it does. Very rare, very, very rare. We got a very good group here, very good. Everybody's of like mind, you know, and we all have the same goal of making money and learning so that we can do it. So just the community that he's built alone is worth the money.
Yeah.
It really is.
We're a big
Where
family.
Where else you going to get customer support? Daggone near 24 hours a day from a live person.
Yep.
Right.
Nowhere.
You could get it. You could probably get it for 23 hours a day if Dawn would just stay up 1 hour more.
I'm working on it. Sleeps for wimps.
All right.
All right.
Mark,
well, if you do, make sure you post something if you're going to have anything. I'll be. It should be. I got to cook for 20 guys in the morning, but I got to cook for 20 in the morning. But
well, you know what? And I'll make it in the afternoon so that it's because we all get up so early throughout the course of the week. So if I do, it'll probably be like I did last week, like around 12:30, 1 o'clock. That way you can sleep in.
Shoot me a message like you did last time.
That'll work.
Yeah, we got
giving up my OSU meat chicken game to come watch that. As much as I love you, I ain't letting you get in front of my football game. That game. The game. Last week. First now.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night. Take
Have a
care.
good
Alrighty.
night, sweetheart. Guys,
Alright.
once again, thank you guys for everybody that put something in the tip jar. If you didn't, get a chance to tonight, hey, I understand. You know what I mean. But don't forget to click the link, get involved with American Dream Trading, get your membership, and we will see you guys next week. Tomorrow, I'll do a watch party around 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'll come in here, we'll watch some videos, pick them apart, and dig into the EWO strategy for those of you that are still trying to get that down. All right.
And look
So-
for the profitable teacups.
Yes.
Hey.
Teacup Bunny.
Cup and handle. Hey, listen. If a cup and handle look too easy, it's probably a trap. Remember that.
You always got to watch the
What?
handle. The cup is fine. It's the handle that'll screw you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because it could go up or down.
That's correct.
Right.
You got it, Donnie.
Probably a trap.
All right. Somebody's
Everybody
got to
have
be
a
the
good
first to
night.
leave. It'll be me. Bye.
Alrighty, we'll see y'all. Thanks for having me, Dawn. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
All
being
righty.
here, baby.
We'll see you, Ralph.
Later.
Peace and blessings.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.